Hey everybody, that was a long, dark passage we went through after the end that video played. Well, welcome to the latest episode of the CAF update. We have things to update you on today. We've actually got three OAX artists who will be popping in here and announcing their pre-OAX with us tonight. And so it's going to be a little bit of fun. We did a lot of stuff today. We had a lot of announcements that went out. The proxy bidding on the auctions got started for OAX, and we'll be talking a little bit about that later as well. But ahoy, chatters! I need to, Stingray has his, shtick, his ahoy, and I don't have anything like that. We should probably set like five options out there one day and let you guys vote on it. And that's probably not a good idea, especially if Marcus writes four of them. Anyway, let's get this show on the road because Mr. Kevin Nolan is in the house right now, and he's ready and raring to go. So, hey, Kevin.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing really, really well, and I hope you are as well. And how is Deanne?
She's doing great. She's enjoying the grandsons and her new retired status, and I think right now she's binging on Outlander, and doing all the things she couldn't do when she was working for all those years. So she's good.
Awesome. I mean, do you binge any television?
Um, I'm I'm more of an old movie guy. I'm still catching up on black and white movies from 1947. So eventually, maybe I'll make it to the more contemporary stuff. But I think the last show I binged on was Mad Men, and after that, 77 Sunset Strip, which is, it's before my time, so I'm sure it's before your time. But
It it is. I have not heard of that one.
yeah, it's a 1960s kind of swinging Southern California private detectives living the good life, and yeah, it was. I think it was one of my folks wouldn't let me watch when I was a little kid. So kind of like the comic books I'm getting caught up on now. It's
Got it. Well,
it'll
yeah, I was born in the '60s, but for me, I mean, the closest to that when I was younger would have been like Magnum PI, I think.
oh, in the 80s, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more in the '80s. Yeah, but
Yeah.
television was not as good in the '70s, but yeah, Magnum PI was a big one for me.
Yeah.
I have to say this to you. We are thrilled to have you back. This will be 3 years
Cool.
in, Kevin, and it wouldn't have felt like OAX without you on the
Uh,
show. And I know we've had a lot of fun, and I think the shows have been pretty good for you as well. So I'm just glad that you were able to fit us into the schedule sort of late in the game. But like we were talking before the show got started, you're actually doing another trip to Florida, right? You're going on that Comic Con cruise as well.
right. Yeah. It's the end of January into the 1st of February. So, yeah, as I was saying earlier, leaving Kansas in the wintertime to go to Florida and enjoy some sunshine is not a bad deal. So, we're looking forward to both of those.
That makes sense. If they were a little closer together, you could have just stayed the whole time. Maybe Jimmy could have gave you a room, over at the Palmiotti,
Oh,
pad in Tampa.
oh, no, I would. That's,
He wouldn't
that'd
impose
be a
on you.
great way to destroy a long-standing friendship. I'm afraid to be the house guests that never leave. Yeah,
Yeah, well, 3 weeks is definitely a long stay.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, we're happy to have you back. We have the whole preview night now, which we didn't have the first 2 years. So we've got,
Hmm.
2 hour show floor window between 4 and 6 on Friday, and then the reception after that from 6 to 8, and then we let people go out into Orlando and do whatever they like for the rest of that evening.
Cool. Do you mind explaining that a little bit? Because I'm not sure I caught that. It's a preview earlier
Yeah,
before the.
the VIP ticket holders have always kind of wanted a little more, a little extra. We were like, well, we can open up the show floor for 4 to 6 p.m. on Friday,
Okay.
and it's just kind of a you know more of just an intro window for people to maybe get on a few sketch lists. It's a mixer on the floor, but
Oh,
people will be looking to probably get on a commission list or two. I think some of the artists have handled it where they said, they would take like if you were gonna if you know you can do two a day, like somebody would say that they'd probably take a couple on Friday, and then guaranteed for the VIP ticket holders, and then kind of roll from there. But yeah,
okay.
that is the only wrinkle. Have you made your flight yet? Because I know we just talked.
Yes.
You did. When do you get in?
Yeah. Boy, I think it is. You said the preview is on Friday or Thursday?
Friday.
Friday. Okay. Yeah, we get in uh, Thursday evening. So yeah, we'll be there
Oh,
all day Friday. Yeah.
plenty of time. Yeah, and you're at a
Yeah.
table, so you just have to open up some portfolios, pull up a pop-up banner behind you, and away you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's almost in line with the times when we've done the VIP reception on Friday night before. But yeah, now we're doing just a 2-hour window on the floor, and then a 2-hour reception until 8, and away you go. Yeah, it'll be
Yeah. What time does the show start then on Friday?
well, it's 4 to 6
Oh,
on the
sorry.
floor for the VIP, but then Saturday, Sunday, it's 10 to 5, like it's always been, just 7 hours
Okay.
a day.
Yeah, I meant Saturday. So yeah, it starts at 10 then
Hmm.
until till 5. Okay. Great.
Yep. And then we have Saturday night. We have the art auction, of course. The Kirby Awards before that. That's new. Trying to
Hmm.
think of anything new that we have that you probably haven't heard about yet, but that's probably it. Our Friday is more of an event day now. We even are going to have a few things lined up for Thursday night for people who come in early. So we haven't
Okay.
announced everything yet, but with people coming in early to do a little vacation in Orlando, we felt like for those who had some extra time on their hands and wanted to, hang out with fellow collectors and a few artists, we would try to set up some events on Friday and let the community kind of define a few of the events too. So we're working with a couple collectors to set up some stuff as well on Friday.
Great. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So the reason you're here tonight, as I know and I think maybe most people in the chat know, we're going to take a pre-OAX list for you of some commission opportunities. And we only have two options tonight too. You agreed to take on a few sketch cards and some 11 by 14s, if I'm not mistaken. So
Right.
we've done that before. I think everybody's gotten some really good stuff in the past from you, and I know that. But sketch cards have never been one of the things that we've offered in the past. I think this is the first time, but we decided going into it this year that with so many sketch card collectors on the floor, that it was a good option to add when possible. And I can guarantee you that I'm going to send you extra ones as well. But even when you're at the show floor, we'll have more than enough that we can give out to the artists who are there who want to have them, because the sketch card collectors will be probably walking around and hoping that they can get a sketch card from you at the show as well.
Right. Cool.
So I'm reading through the chat. Number one Marvel fan is talking about how great your artist edition is. So that is
Oh,
true.
hey, thanks. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and turn on your POX on the website and get the link here so I can share it with everybody, and then we'll go ahead and just show the options and the prices, and uh, everybody is aware of it as well. So link in the chat. There you go for the POX, and I should let everybody know that you are only taking um, 5 sketch cards and 5 of the 11 by 14s. So I'll be turning off
Right.
opportunities once we reach those figures, whether it's tonight or tomorrow. I'll just keep an eye on it and manage that as we get them in. But so here's the sketch card tier. And I hate to tell you, I had to go to CAF. I couldn't find, it took me a while to dig up a sketch card that you had drawn on. So I found a Hero Initiative sketch card. And
Right.
here, I would think this is
Excellent.
a good, I hope, is it representative, Kevin? I hope.
I think so. Yeah, that looks like it was probably not done on the floor of a convention. Probably done um, at home. And those those are usually better drawings where you don't have the time pressure and distractions of a convention. So yeah, I think that's supposed to be poison ivy. Um,
Well, it came
So
out
yeah, it's
very
probably
nice.
about the same size as the cards that you're doing, I assume.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're 2.5
Yeah.
by 3.5 on probably heavier stock than what the Hero Initiative had.
Okay.
We ended up getting a stock that because we have a lot of people who maybe are doing watercolor or acrylic on some of them, so we
Oh,
wanted to make
nice.
sure yeah, so they're not like mat board, but they're very, very sturdy.
Okay. Yeah, I'd prefer to do just black and white, just pen and ink.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Well, we only have one weight on the paper though, so yeah, no,
okay.
yours are black and white, single figure, and $100. And let me go ahead and just show actually, I've got a couple slides for these because these are the 11 by 14s that you're going to be doing. You're limiting these to five as well. And again, they're an 11 by 14, single character, full figure. Backgrounds are always an option. I mean, people are very familiar with the sketches you've done for us in the past on the sales shows or at the OAX related commissions. And there's a lot of your commissions on Comic Art Fans, so they're kind of familiar with
Hmm.
little single character pieces. But these are going to be
Right.
$1,200. Let's see. I've got a couple other examples here. Great Doctor Strange. You've done a few of these in your time.
A few, probably too many, but yeah, he. I started doing conventions and quickly realized that he was a favorite pick for a lot of art collectors. I don't. It was my very first job in comics was drawing a fill-in issue of Doctor Strange, and I always felt like I didn't do such a good job on that first issue. Done a million covers and smaller things like that, but I always feel like I'm trying to get it right, to that perfect Doctor Strange is still out there for me. Like I'm still trying to really nail that character. So
Wow, I mean, I just wouldn't have thought you would have said that. You've drawn so many great Doctor Strange pieces that I've
well,
seen before.
I'm getting closer, but I just I honestly feel like I'm still trying to live down that mediocre effort. It was the first time I'd drawn a comic story, so I think I have a pretty good excuse for not doing a better job. But it's a character. Well, the irony is, I I was brand new to comics, and they offered me a fill-in issue, and it just happened to be my favorite Marvel character because I'd been reading the stories for years, and I really loved the character, loved the stories, loved the old costume and stuff. So I was just dumbfounded that they gave me my favorite character right out of the chute. Um, but I wished I'd done a better job, and that's the redemption I'm still looking for as I do these sketches over and over again.
Well, as long as you keep cranking them out like this, I think you're well on your way to redeeming yourself with Doctor Strange.
Well, good, good. I hope so.
All right, a couple other ones here. You've drawn a few Hulk commissions in the past. I remember the piece for the auction last year was more of a like the Defenders piece had a great Hulk on it. So yeah, so this is another great example that you did. And you even threw a little the logo in here for fun.
Yes, yeah. Those simple logos are fun, and they add a lot to it. With backgrounds, I love drawing backgrounds, but if you've seen something I've done that has a very busy, detailed background, it probably took me way too like days and days to draw the background. Um, so for a commission, I I try to limit the backgrounds. On the other hand, a logo often doesn't take very long. It's just a few simple lines, and I also enjoy hand lettering, so it's an excuse to do that just for the fun of it.
Hmm. Well, yeah, I think we featured one of your pieces on a recent CAF update, and it had I think it was a Catwoman, and it had a lot of buildings in the background. So I know that one took a lot of time.
Yeah, yeah, I don't mind doing that, but sometimes it's ridiculous. Well, you'll put a few hours into drawing the figure, and then literally a few days into doing the background. So it doesn't it so it's hard to justify the extra time.
Hmm.
So
All right. Well, here's one more example of the 11 by 14 for everybody. If you didn't, well, we've looked at your Superman artwork recently too, because of the
right,
Last Days of Lex book that we talked about in the fall. So this is a
right,
really nice Superman piece here, and you get Krypton blowing up there in the background.
yeah, yeah. The little baby Superman ship leaving
We could almost
Krypton.
consider this a two-character commission.
Almost.
Almost. All right. Well, that's the last example slide that I have, and I could say that I did see we got I think 3 sketch cards in and one 11 by 14 so far. So that's good. It's a start. We will
Okay.
definitely be filling out for you tomorrow as well, and let everybody else in the world know that have opened up the pre-OAX opportunities for you. And it's good that you're coming in on Thursday. I think you want to be well rested before you come into Friday. I mean, were you planning anything when you got into Orlando to do before the show?
No, we've never done Disneyland. I don't think that's. Yeah, we basically just want to kind of chill, get the lay of the land. Um, a few other people will probably come in early as well, and just have some little social time, catching up with friends and stuff. So
Well, there are a few other veterans of the industry there this time around. Dan Jurgens is coming back, of course.
cool.
Sure is going to be there for the first time. So, I mean, some people you may or may not have gotten the chance to run into before, but um,
Yeah.
yeah, fun stuff.
Mark Chiarello's going to be there, right?
Fiorello is going to be there. Yeah, absolutely. He's somebody who I've never met. Believe it or not. I mean,
Oh,
I've gone to cons for all these years, and I've never met Mark. So I'm looking forward to that. Love his art. I mean, he's got a very unique style, and he's done some interesting work over the years. It's kind of a non-traditional comic book work, but yeah, I'm looking forward to at least saying hi and seeing what he brings. I hope he brings a few pieces with him.
yeah, exactly. He didn't make it to Baltimore this year. Had to cancel at the last minute, so I'm hoping to catch up with him as well. He was by far my favorite art director. Those years that he was at DC was just a great time for me because he was so great to work with. Um,
What projects did you get to work with him on?
a million covers. I did like
Yeah.
just tons of variant covers. A whole series of Green Lanterns. I think we did at least 25 of those. Um, oh, the Batman Black and White, which is one of my all-time favorite projects. That was Mark. Um, he was just, yeah, I guess I can say publicly that I'm still mad at DC for for letting him get away because man, he was my guy there at DC, and I think it wasn't just my experience. Like I said, Batman Black and White, an idea that's so brilliant. You can't believe that DC didn't do that 50 years earlier. Like, why in the world would you not put out a black and white Batman story when a character um, is basically defined by those noir effects and imagery. Um, um, the Wednesday comics,
Hmm.
Solo. He was just always coming up with the great ideas, and he was just a wonderful art director and editor to work with. So
Well, I've heard other professionals sing his praises as well, and
yeah,
I think we're fortunate
yeah,
to have him at the show this year. It's going to be fun getting to that's part of the enjoyment, right? Even as for us as collectors, getting to see the professionals hanging out and having fun with each other during the show, at the bar after the show, just hanging out for breakfast. That all that stuff is it's cool for us. It's our I don't know. I wouldn't call it like it's just fun. So it's just part of the hobby that we get to enjoy beyond just collecting original art, as getting to hang out with
yeah,
you guys.
yeah. There's always a lot of shop talk, like the old cliche. What pinpoint do you use? That kind of stuff. Never, you never stop learning, and it's great to see people whose work you've admired for a long time and compare notes, and it's great.
Well, I'm going to remember that question the next time I see Jimmy Palmiotti. I'm going to ask him that. And if I'm lucky, you'll be there when I do it.
I'd be curious. I don't know what pinpoint. I don't know how much inking Jimmy does these days, but I'd be curious what pinpoint he uses.
Well,
People always it's funny. People always apologize before they ask that question because it's such a cliche, but it's important. I That was the first thing I asked Tom Palmer when I finally met him. Is what pinpoint do you use? Because he had such a distinctive line. But
well, you watch
uh,
out. I'm going to do it. Well, and Jimmy did make the John Romita Jr. OAX poster that we had done. John Romita did all the pencils of a Spider-Man down here in Florida, like hanging on a palm tree. So Jimmy did the inking on that one.
oh, cool, excellent.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it.
Well,
Excellent,
I'll send you a link after the show tonight so you
cool,
can see it. Yeah.
very
All right,
good.
Kevin. Well, listen, as always, it's fun, but I got to move on to my next guest.
Okay,
But
all right.
if there's anything you need in the lead up to this, you've got my contact information. I know
Yep.
Tatiana either will, has reached out or will be reaching out soon to you. So we'll get everything organized and squared away, and
Okay.
we're thrilled to have you back.
I'm very excited to be going back. So looking forward to it.
Awesome. We'll say hi to Deanne for me, and
Will do.
we'll see you in a few weeks.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Take
Okay,
care.
Kevin.
Thanks. All right.
You too.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Good night. All right. So, well, thank you for those who did some signing up there. Like I say, we got 3 of the sketch cards filled, and I believe 1 of the 11 by 14s. So, good start for Kevin, as always. And yeah, when it fills up, we'll close it down. So, keep that in mind. But next up, we actually have an introduction video. I don't think we usually do this for most guests, but tonight we have one, and so I might as well just go ahead and play that, and then we'll have that guest on. So let's see, where was that link? Here we go. So apparently, Megan Hutchison is going on the same cruise, I believe, as our good friend Kevin Nolan. And I guess the Comic Con cruise asked everybody to do some kind of PR piece for it, like they should, get a little plug for the event you're going to. So this is a very unique one. And again, I guess you could say this is a commercial for the Comic Con cruise that we're not going on this year, but I hope to go on one day.
Oh, hello, nerds. I didn't see you there. Are you like me and you're just tired of the cold? Well, then join me on Comic-Con the Cruise, an epic adventure for all us nerds. You can hang out with me, Megan Hutchison, and other creators, such as these people. And there are also huge celebrities that you can rub elbows with at the pool. Wow. And all of this is hosted by Queen Nerd herself, Felicia Day. Join us, won't you? Get out of the miserable cold as we embark on a cruise to Nassau. It's in the Bahamas. I had to look it up. Sit by the pool and watch as a goth tries to run from the sunlight. Bring your buckets of SPF and let's get geeky together. And if you use code Megan at checkout, you get $200 off your purchase. Now get out of here. Come here. What's going on?
Oh boy. Wow, that's a classic.
Hi.
Student. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So yeah, it's cold where you're at. I take it.
I, I mean, it is in the mountains. So I live in Las Vegas. Um,
Oh,
yes, shocking. It's an hour away. If you drive into the mountains, there's snow.
I haven't been to Vegas in a while. I got married there,
Did
but I don't
you?
put. I did at the what is it, the I forget what they call it now, the White Chapel, the small White Chapel, little White Chapel, something
Yeah.
like that. Yes, I
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
we
Yeah.
paid for the full, Elvis walking her down the aisle, doing the show after the wedding, all
Aw,
that stuff. Yeah, in the mid
that's really
'90s. So this
sweet.
was a while back. It was probably a
It's
different
still
Elvis that we have.
there. I
Is
just
it
drove
still?
by it the other day. Yeah. Yeah. It's downtown.
Oh, it's yeah, lots of good memories.
Oh, that's
But yeah, no,
amazing.
yeah, but it's from as often as I went to Vegas, I used to go like every year. I don't recall ever even knowing that you could go an hour away and there would be mountains that could potentially one day have snow on. Because I usually went there in the
Mhm.
winter time because I was in Cleveland most of my life, so I wanted to get out of the cold too. But yeah, no, I totally missed out apparently.
Yeah.
Well, we're in a bowl, like where most of Vegas is, right? Is in a bowl, but it's
Hmm.
surrounded by mountains. So if you look out, like right now, if I look out into the mountains, it's covered in snow. There's actually like like a place where you can go snowboarding. I haven't been yet. I should. I probably will. I'm a little busy right now, but yeah, there's like
Awesome.
yeah, so yeah, that's where we filmed it.
There we go. Yeah,
So
Little Whitechapel. There you go. Because
yes, I knew it
uh,
was called
my good
something.
friend Jeff. Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, I should remember it. I got a photograph I look at every day of us with Elvis behind us. But yeah,
That's
it's
so sweet. I
long.
love that.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I wore a sharkskin jacket. She had a like a green chiffon dress on, so we played it all, up pretty well. We flew some friends out, and it was a party. It was definitely a
Oh, I
good
love
time.
that. Oh, I bet. Yeah. No, that's magical. That's so
Thank you.
cool. Well,
Well,
it's
you know
nice
what?
to finally meet you.
Likewise, you've
Hello.
I don't know how I've not seen you at a show before, but that doesn't mean we probably weren't at a few shows together before. But how did you get the Comic-Con cruise? I mean, that sounds like a fun gig. I mean, as far as
It does.
getting something
Yes.
unique.
Um, our mutual friend Jimmy Palmiotti.
Jimmy, has a way about him.
He does. He
Well, he
does.
knows everybody, and he knows, well, that's why we love him.
Yes.
He's on our board here, at Comic Art Fans because I mean, he's the man. He knows everybody. He's got great ideas, and
Hmm.
he's never at a loss of, speaking his mind, and that's what we love
Yeah,
about him.
that's for sure. That's a yes, that is very true. No, but he was the one that put me in contact with them, and they looked over my stuff and they're like, are you interested? And I was like, are you kidding me? That sounds awesome. Um, yeah, no, I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a trip, and it'll be interesting. This is my second cruise I've ever taken in my
Mhm.
entire life, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know if I'm a cruise person because like the first cruise I ever took was last year, and it was the Flogging Molly cruise. So it was like me and a bunch of punk rock kids, right?
Yeah,
So it was that, and now it's going to be me and a bunch of Comic Con nerds. So I'm like, I guess I'm only doing like theme cruises for the rest of my life, which I'm totally fine with, So
that's not too bad. There's plenty of theme cruises, right? They have the Jay and Silent Bob cruise.
yeah,
I wouldn't mind doing that. A Kevin Smith cruise would be fun.
that sounds
Uh,
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, every time
Yeah.
that comes up, I think that would be one I mind doing. I did go on. They had like they experimented with a like a Comic-Con cruise, but it wasn't related to San Diego. It was about 8 or 9 years ago that I went on, and it was a good time. I mean, you make what you want of a cruise. You can hang out as much as you want, or you can go off and do your own thing, and yeah, I'm sure you'll have a good time.
Oh, I'm
Definitely.
sure it's going to be a blast. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I really am. I mean, I'm going to have to work most of the time,
Hmm.
you know? Um, but I love the Caribbean. So just the fact that I'm going to be like on the open water, I'm very excited about. And the nice thing too is that they let you bring, like your partner or significant other. So I'm bringing my partner and I'm like, just go and like you get to go and like do whatever you want, and everything is like you can just eat all day. Like how cool is that,
That is the best part of the cruises, right? If
and
you
then
buy
it's
the
and then
drink
it's just
and
water everywhere. Like that's so cool. I'm so excited. I'm very excited. I really am.
yeah, well, you'll have to tell us all about it
I will.
when we get to
I'm
see
sure
you
there
at
will be
OAX.
many pictures on Instagram.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So, hey, speaking of some cool stuff, we did launch the proxy bidding on the OAX auction pieces, and I wanted to say thank you for yours. It was really nice, and if people haven't seen it yet, I think I've got it queued up here. I can show it off, but very nicely done.
Thank you.
Is the goal difficult to put in there? I mean, what's the medium on that?
No, it's so I tested a lot of golds because I like painting with gold, and it's hard to tell because it doesn't scan properly. But it's kind of like the closest thing I get to actually like gold foiling, which I will do eventually. But it is just paint.
Oh, okay.
But that is actual like gold paint. So that's the only thing that it doesn't scan well. Um, but it's many, many layers is the only thing. But it's but I don't know. I like the graphicness of it. I just kind of like how, like it I'm really into like Renaissance art and like frescoes and like religious art, which is ironic because I hate religious like stuff. But I think like the iconography of it is really beautiful. So using like gilded um like anything gilded in art, I think is just like really beautiful. So I use it in like my personal art a lot. And
Hmm.
so that's kind of like I've been on a kick recently. So I've been like in a lot of my personal pieces, I've been using gold a lot, but it's really hard to photograph. But
I
anyway, for
get it. Or
anyone who's
scan, right?
interested, that's gold. You just
No,
can't
well, you,
tell in a
well,
scan.
I know from the file and the art description when I got got all that, I knew, knew what it was, but I wasn't quite sure if it was, like traditional gold leaf or something a little different. But
It's not gold leaf, no.
mhm,
Gold leaf is too hard to do on anything that isn't like really rigid stock. So like I do everything on watercolor paper.
mhm.
Um, and gold leaf, like because of how you have to put it on, it would warp it too much. So it's actually acrylic, but it's a really nice acrylic. I've tested like every acrylic known to man. So this one's my favorite. So much so that like every artist is like, "What acrylic do you use?" And I'm like, "Let me tell you.
Just like
I will share my
the
secrets with
pen
you."
point. See, like Kevin Nolan's pen point question. People are asking you what acrylic you're using. That
Yes.
there's always, everybody wants to know the tricks to the trade. But when I first saw it, I saw it had like a Metropolis kind of vibe. The composition was really awesome,
I love
and
you. Thank you. I
uh,
love Metropolis.
I
I'm a
so do I.
big German expressionist girly. Absolutely.
Yeah, no,
100%.
yeah, and the cool thing, with a lot of the OAX pieces that get done is that, a lot of times we get pieces made just for the show, and so they get, you're thinking about it differently than doing your professional work, right? Than just, putting, maybe just a pen and ink piece. So the idea that you could approach it like this and use the gold acrylic as well is fun, and it's fun for us to see the pieces. I mean, we've been really blown away with a lot of the auction pieces that have come in, just because you can tell that, the artists are having a lot of fun with these pieces, and so.
Oh, that's so
Thank
cool.
you for this.
Yeah, no, I love that. No, and it's fun too because it's like I think when you do this as your job and it's kind of your day to day, and it's like you have deadlines and you have like, it's like you're, it's you very rarely get to play, you know, and
Mhm.
so I got to play with this a little bit and like got to kind of like do something that I very rarely get to draw for myself anymore, if that makes sense. I mean, you get to doodle for yourself, but like to actually create a finished piece that like is something that like I want to do is very rare these days, So so to your point, yes. It is something where it's like I want to do something that is like more, like expressionistic than I usually get to do. So, yeah,
I'm
that was
glad
kind
that
of like the point of it.
I'm glad you did it. I'm glad we were able to be a part of that, and, no,
Oh,
it
thank you.
turned out
I appreciate
fantastic.
that.
Yeah, I'm sure, and everybody will get to see the piece in person at OAX, so they'll be able to see what the real gold looks like versus the scanned colors that we have in front of us. But again, composition's beautiful. I love it, and, again, thank you for doing it.
Oh, thank you. No, I appreciate you. Thank you.
So we are here to do your pre-OAX and announce that to everybody. And, so, you just saw we did it with Kevin. I mean, we just kind of, these are fun. This is an opportunity for the collectors to guarantee themselves that they're going to get something when they go to the show, which is always nice. And you don't get that at a lot of other, shows that you go to. And I think that that's kind of one of the things that we've been really, proud of with OAX, is being able to offer these opportunities with the creators. So thank you for doing that as well. Because, again, it's like we want everybody to walk away with a great experience. The collectors get the art, they get to hang out with some artists. Like, the artists get to do work that they might not normally get to do, and it's just a great ecosystem for everybody to enjoy and feel comfortable and relaxed in, and just enjoy. this the whole narrative arts world all together from every spectrum of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's so awesome about it. I mean, first of all, I'm so honored to be a part of this. So thank you so much for having me be a part of the show this year. Like, I'm very, very honored. And also, like, it is that I think it's just so cool. Like, the reason why I wanted to be a part of OAX is because it is an artist show. Like the people that come to the show want to have that connection with the artists, and the reason that artists want to be at that show is because they want to have a connection with the people who are there as fans, who are there as collectors. Like there's so much passion there on both sides, and I think that's just so amazing. And yeah, so I'm really excited. And I think that we work in a vacuum a lot of the time, just on, like, my side of it.
Hmm.
And to just be able to kind of like reconnect and like just be able to have that experience with people and also other creators and just like be there. Honestly, I'm just so excited. So thank you.
You're quite welcome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the OAX opportunity here, get that activated, and get the link in the chat for everybody. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so I do have it in the chat now. So yeah, let's go ahead and show what we have here, because I think you have four different um, technically levels, but two different sizes, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see. The first option is 8 by 10 pen and ink, single character bust for $100. Very, very, well priced for a lot of collectors. And the thing is, color, it will be added at your discretion. So in this case, you get a little blood splatter on this piece.
Blood is always free. Like that is just across the board. I'm a horror girly, so like if you want blood, you get blood. That will always be free.
Well, everybody likes that. I mean, color's always fun. At the end of the
Yes.
day, that's a lot of us are published art collectors, so we typically don't get painted pieces, and we look at black and white art all day long. So anytime you can get a commission, a convention sketch, and get a dash of color, it's always fun. So in this case, it is at your discretion, but for
Mhm.
people who pick a character who might have some blood in it, and around them in some way, you might be in luck to get a little bit of color added to yours as well.
Yeah. No, and I'm usually pretty good about that. Like, so my background's in graphic design, so like if I feel like it needs like a pop, I will put it in there. I don't charge for that, just as a rule.
Mhm.
I or if it looks better with it, I will put it in there. It's more important to me because I don't like putting bad art.
Right. No artist does. I can tell you that, I've gotten a few emails over the years where, people wish the piece they did 20 years ago, could be removed from comic card
Mm.
fans, but once it's in a collector's hands, it's in a collector's hands. But
Oh my
I get
God,
it.
I feel
I mean,
that. Yeah. No, for
every
sure.
artist wants to do their best work and make sure that they're represented well, especially in a day where people can share your work almost anywhere. Yeah, you always want to be putting your best work out there. So this is on 8 by 10, and then the other 8 by 10 option was more with a full figure with color, again single figure, and that would be priced at $200.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, usually it takes me a little more time, obviously.
Oh, of course. So we have an 8 by 10 bust, 8 by 10 full figure with color, and then the other size and options are 11 by 14s. So again, full figure with this one with color at $275. And I can see some gold hints in this one, Megan.
Yes, I was gonna say. So I travel with gold. I also travel with silver if gold's not your thing. I understand that gold's not for everybody. I have silver too. I prefer gold, but you know, um, but I do like to put a little sparkle in everything. I don't have to put it in there either if you're not into that. But that does have gold in it, yes. I
So you
mean,
do a little
it's
bit of Q&A in advance of taking on the piece.
yes. If you don't
Good.
want it, I won't put it in there. I won't force it on you. Um, but but yeah, I mean, it's Sandman. Like, come on, you don't want a little bling in there?
Exactly. No, and, at the end of the day, I think any art collector that likes to get sketches or commission an artist tends to want the artist to do what they want. There's a reason they're commissioning you. They like your work. They want you to do it, in a manner that, that you feel most, comfortable and excited to work on the piece. So sure, I'd be surprised if somebody said no, no. If you want to do no gold, silver, it's got to be silver, because that's just the moment
Yeah,
you do that, you're putting a limitation on the creator. And I don't know, for me, having done commissions for a long time, that's never a good thing.
I've never been turned down yet, but no judgment. We're a judgment free zone over here, honestly. So but I appreciate it. But yes, as a disclaimer, absolutely.
All
But
right. Well,
if you know where you're putting it in your house, and like, well, but I've also gotten, like, people have asked me for like certain colors, or like certain things that they want because they want it for like some part of their house, or
Mhm,
it's
sure.
going, like, going to go with other things, and I totally get that, and I will work with you. So I'm a collaborator.
Well, we appreciate that. Now, the other option is 11 by 14 as well, but it's with two characters. So it was 275 for a single character. It's 375 for a second character as well. And again, 11 by 14 on this one, and it does look. You can see it here. This is like a watercolor paper. Is that kind of your base, your of choice when you're doing anything with color?
Yes, everything's
Okay.
on watercolor paper. I like the texture.
Mhm.
um I can't draw on smooth paper. It gives me the ick. So I'm sure everybody who has like tactile, like, I don't know what you would call that. Like like, it's a tactile thing. Like, I can't draw on smooth paper. Everything, like, it has to have that texture for me. Like, when I have to do those, they make us do like the sketch offs and stuff.
Mhm.
When we have to, like, they give us like printer paper to draw on. Ugh, God, kills me.
That's the worst.
Oh, it's like, I can't. Oh, it just, like, the smooth paper. Oh, it's so gross.
Yeah, and I
It
can tell
just
you,
feels
we
like
we
slimy.
as art collectors, whenever we'd I wouldn't say we shy away from the 8 by 10, printer paper, but it is something that when we get it, it's like, oh, why couldn't it have been on a piece of Bristol or anything? Even I know you wouldn't prefer Bristol because it's smooth, but
Yeah.
anything that's, I get you when you say, somebody, if you're doing something at a show or something, and they give you I wouldn't call it subpar materials, but not the best work, stuff to work on. That would be disappointing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I love Bristol.
Mhm.
No hate on Bristol. But yeah, no, it's a texture thing. Like, everyone knows it's a neurospicy thing, you know. It's just
I get it.
it's a texture thing. That's all.
Well, we did get a few commissions in. I did not get to see which sizes and everything. I know when we talked before, you emailed me right before the show saying we hadn't set any limits on anything, so I think we're good there. I know these. I think they're getting emailed into Andrew, so
Yeah.
he'll be the one to kind of communicate back to
I am
you.
not responsible for this. I can't.
That is true. If they're going into kinetic collectibles, yeah, Andrew, who runs it, and Andrew Crispin, he's been doing that for a while. Or Christian, right? I always get his last name wrong. I don't know why, but
Crispin. No, you were right. Crispin. I get
Crispin.
it wrong too. Oh my God, you're tripping me up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's yeah, I do that a lot. But yeah, these will be going into Andrew, and he'll be reaching out and making sure that everybody understands what how you're handling payments and all that kind of stuff. But Megan, thank you for doing this. I'm glad I'm glad you're open to hopping on the channel before the show, and letting everybody meet you before they get to see you at OAX in 5 short weeks.
Oh my God. Well, I know. I can't believe it. It's like coming. It's coming up so fast. That's crazy.
It's like a steam train at this point for
It
all of
really
us on the
is.
team. Lots of
It's
stuff going
wild.
on around us, but it's all fun though. Having done these for 2 years now, there's a lot that's familiar, some things that aren't, but it's still enjoyable because it's such a fun show for everybody, for the collectors and the creators and the exhibitors that come in. So you just know that everything that we're working towards is going to make such a great experience for everybody. So again, so thank you for doing this.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
if you ever
Absolutely.
have any questions or whatnot, you can reach out to me. You got my email address, Tatiana, and in the lead up to the show, work through Andrew, however you want to do it. But if either of you need anything, just let us know and we'll take care of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you guys good?
We are good.
Okay.
We're as
I know
good as
you
we'll
guys,
get.
I mean, I was looking at the roster. First of all, it's so impressive and I'm like in awe. Also,
Yeah,
like
we.
coming up after Kevin Nolan, I was just like, come on, guys. Like, first of all,
Have
legend.
you had a chance to talk to Kevin before?
No, but I'm going on a cruise with him.
I
So
know. Yeah.
that's
I
fucking
told him that,
wild.
beforehand. I said, "Oh, I think Megan's gonna join us in the green room here before the show starts. I'll introduce you." And he's like, "Oh, cool." And then he didn't show up. So I was like, "Well, you'll see her on
We're going to
the
be
cruise."
spending 5 days together. It's fine. Like, totally
Exactly.
cool. No big deal. No, I mean, just like looking at the list of people, and I'm just like, what am I doing here? I'm like, no, you deserve to be here. But no, it's just no, you guys are doing the Lord's work. It's so cool what you guys are doing. And it's again, it's just such an honor. And yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. It's so cool. It really is. And I love that you are keeping, I think just, not to like get on my soapbox. Sorry, I had a whiskey before coming on here because I hate talking in front of people. And but I think like kind of with like how, like I think just like kind of bringing it back to like the source of things and like, like just kind of like keeping like the art alive, and like,
Trust me, I do. I mean, we love all art, but traditional artists, working in the narrative arts, that's why we have, an illustration component to the show, an animation component, the card art side of things. We're leaning into game art, with this show as well. So, we love it all. We all, all of us have grown up on it. Doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, you're seeing all of it. You're consuming it in different ways. You're creating it, and that's what the show, is all about. And it really is a lot about the connections that you get to make with, collector to collector, collector to artist, artist to artist. It's without that, the show wouldn't. The show wouldn't be worth doing, but all of it just all works, and that's what's fun about it. I think that's why the all of us enjoy working on it so much. And again, it's just fantastic having you here at the show, in our third show. And again, when it's all over, let me know if you had a good time.
I will absolutely. No, I mean, it's beautiful. Like the whole thing is, and I think especially now more than ever, it's just so important to have that connection. So thank you.
There you go. No, my
Yeah.
pleasure. And before I say goodbye, Corey Russ in the chat is telling me I need to bring you some Maker's Mark. Um, Corey's wife, Corey's wife works
God
for
damn it,
Maker's
Corey.
Mark. He brought a case of Maker's Mark to OAX last year and gave it to me. And while I love it, I probably still have about 5 bottles of it left over. So I'm
Here's the
slowly
thing.
making my
I
way through it.
I won't say no.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll make sure that we have a bottle or two behind the registration desk or something. We'll
Okay. All
we'll
right.
work that out.
Well, now I know. So, you know,
Exactly.
I
No,
make
we're
I'm gonna make
we're
a
not
note.
prudes at OAX.
Well, also, it's Florida, so
That
shit
is
gets
true.
wild.
It does. I live in Central Florida, and I can attest to that. So yeah,
Seen a lot of videos
it's all
of
true
yeah,
times 10.
yeah.
I hate to say it,
I listen
but
to a lot of true crime. Most of it takes place in Florida. I get
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you some stories when you're here.
Oh my
I've only
God,
been here three
please tell
years,
me
and
everything.
I've got a list this long of Central Florida stories. But
Oh my God, I want to know everything, please.
I
Yes,
will.
I live
I'll
for it.
give you the scoop.
Live for it.
Yeah, Newell says it's a danger zone, but so true. But Megan, I have one more guest I've got to take on tonight. So
Awesome.
I'm going to switch gears here. But again, anything you need, let us know. and I hope you have a great time on the cruise with Jimmy and Mr. Nolan. But after that, we'll see you in 5 weeks.
Awesome. Thank you. All
You're quite
right.
welcome.
All right. See you
Yeah.
later. All right. Bye.
Bye. All right. No, that's Megan is, well, gosh, I should check my messages here. So she got a couple more too. All right, congrats, Megan. And thank you to everybody who's picked up commissions so far. I can tell you that I did go back and check my email, and I do believe I did mark Kevin Nolan as sold out on his sketch cards because he did fill up his allotment of 5. He still only has one 11 by 14 in. So I'll probably reach out to Kevin tomorrow and see if he wants me to maybe reopen the sketch card list for a little bit longer, until one or the other gets closer to filling up. I don't know. I just go by what the artists want, and I will be the one reaching out about Kevin's commissions as well. So for those of you who pick them up, I'll be the one who'll be reaching out to you, and Andrew will be reaching out about Megan's. But next up, someone who's not a stranger to OAX as well, and let me bring in Mr. Chris Aminga. Hey, Chris. How you doing? Nice to see you again. Oh, can you hear me? You can't. Oh. Do you have earbuds or switch them? Let's see. There we go. We're going to get a plugged in set. But
hello?
Can you hear me? Still can't hear me. Uh-oh. We've got technical issues. I can if he can't hear, but he can't hear me. This is the trick. I can write something. Can you hear me now? Can you hear it? Nope. He can't hear me. So let's see. I can create a banner that says, check your speaker settings. Let's see. Bottom menu. There we go. It's right down at the bottom. I get it. If Chris ends up not being able to hear me, I'll still release his pre-OAX, but we'll see if he gets me. He's a New York Knicks fan. A dog lover? Nope. Or maybe Chrissy's can come in. James's the tech in the house. We'll find out. Tom collects everything. Can you hear me now? Chris. Uh-oh. See, this is what we get for not having a late come in. Okay. Well, what can I say? If we can't, well, yes, we can hear you though, Chris. I can hear. Yeah. Okay. I'll type it.
Okay. How's that?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that, man.
So you got it. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every once in a while, the StreamYard will pick the wrong speaker, and so you have to go in there and tweak and figure out what the heck speaker it wants to use. Sometimes it's like Bluetooth it'll tie to. Sometimes I've had it actually switch to my microphone, which is a real pain in the butt to fix.
It was crazy because I was listening to your conversation with Megan and Kevin, no problem, and then it was just like, oh, of course.
The moment we switched to you.
Right now, yeah, for me. But
all
thanks
right.
for having me, man. Sorry about that.
No, not a problem, Chris. Well, you didn't hear me say it, but welcome back to the show. It's great to have you and Chrissy coming back, and I have to say, you guys did a great job on the auction or poster artwork too.
Thank you so much, man. Thanks for having us back.
That was it's a pleasure. Devin's always fun to talk with in the lead up to a show, and we see him a couple times a year at different shows. So
I tried to lure him on tonight, but he's really shy of public speaking, which shocks me.
How's that? He's a Moy. I mean, at the end of the day, are Moys bashful? I mean, we know they're not. Not in public anyway.
Devin in person is so good, but public speaking terrifies him. We were gonna have him speak at our wedding, but he was like, "I can't do it. I can't do it."
Couldn't even read it off a sheet.
No.
Wow.
He wouldn't do it. But yeah, it's shocking because Albert and Devin, they're such big personalities.
Right. I mean, Albert can he can command the room if he wants to. Not that he always he lays low, but when he doesn't, he has the other gear that allows him to take charge.
Yeah, but we all know Jamie. Jamie's the boss right there.
That is very true, and I think Albert, he would agree to that.
Yeah, Jamie's the best.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Whenever I probably say hi to her first when I go over to Albert's booth.
I always make sure I give Jamie a big hug and say hi, and then hey Albert. But Jamie, I always gotta pay respects to.
So, yeah, you're getting questions. People are saying you should have kept pretending you couldn't hear me because that would have been more fun just to
Okay.
watch me. Yeah, be nervous and try to work my way through that. Little John says, Chris, are you what are you hitting iFarts at Disney before OX? I don't even know what
Yes,
that is.
I am International Festival of the Arts. So
Oh, okay. I had not heard it called iFarts before.
yeah, it's this farts is like kind of the love term that fans have given it. Disney won't embrace it, of course.
Of
But
course
yeah,
not.
it's for people who don't know, it's kind of like a Comic Con for Disney.
Hmm.
So I'll be down there for 2 weeks signing, because I have 4 new pieces for them that I worked on. They'll debut this weekend, so I'll be down the end of January and then middle of February, and I'll go right from farts right to OAX. So that Thursday is my last day signing at Disney, and then Friday morning I'll head over to OAX.
That's almost perfect. So,
Yeah,
is that tied in with like the Epcot Festival of the Arts? I mean, is
yeah,
that you actually set up there for a day or for?
yeah. So I'll be down there for a week in from January 29th to February 4th. Every day I sign for about 2 hours, and then I go back down for another 7 days, for another 7 days of signings every day for a couple hours.
Wow. Where do they put you up while you're here?
Uh, they put us up on property, which is really really nice.
Hmm.
So got to stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge a couple of times, and that's always so amazing because it's you open your window, there's a giraffe right there.
Yeah, that's not cheap either. I've never gotten to stay there. It's like 750 a night is like the starting price for those
Uh, we
rooms.
we all joke like we would never be able to pull this off if it wasn't for the mouse's generosity. But yeah, it's great because
Congratulations, that's great.
thank you so much. And there's a lot of comic artists who are part of Festival of the Arts that I'll get to go and see and discover new artists as well. Like Dave Perillo, he always goes down,
Mhm.
and Karen Hallion and Brandon Kenny, they'll be part of it as well. So pretty excited to go back, get to ride
Wow.
Tron.
Oh, you haven't yet?
Not yet. Last time we went, the wait was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
It's a little it's better now. So you rode Guardians though, right?
I've ridden Guardians, and it
Yeah.
was awesome, but a nightmare for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that was great. Like the soundtrack is awesome, and the visuals are crazy, but it was gnarly. I'm not a motion guy, but we went with Joe Dragunis and his wife, and luckily it was the last ride of the night for us because I think a few of us were a little car sick.
Even Joe kind of impresses me as a guy who would have been up there just going,
Oh, Joe is crazy. We were at the park. Chrissy, Joe, and his wife. We were all at the park, and Joe said, "I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a Coke." And he was gone for 5 minutes. He comes back with armfuls of things, and we're all looking at him. We're like so puzzled. We're like, "Where did this come? Where did you go? You just went." And I have the best picture of him just doing this with all his gear. So I'm excited to see Joe at OEX too. I haven't seen him in a little bit.
Yeah, Joe's awesome. And and he has his own Muay Thai, right? Because he works with Albert. He drives Albert's stuff down. So
he's the art chauffeur.
yes, he is. He's got I'm sure Albert probably has like an Apple tag on him.
Oh, I couldn't imagine anything more terrifying than driving that collection,
No,
especially when he takes it to San Diego.
I wouldn't want to be responsible for it either. No stopping. Where do you you wouldn't want to leave it at a Best, parked in the Best Western lot overnight.
we
So
always we always teased him like, "Oh, Albert's gonna take your house." But so far, Joe's been really lucky.
I'm gonna remember that when I see him. That'll be my line on him and see what he says.
We'll just follow him in the rental car, and he'll find that van.
Yeah. Well, he actually stopped here. Because I'm just north of there on his way home the first year, because
Okay.
he was moving some other stuff, and I had some things here for him to pick up and take with him. So I got to see him. He packs that thing to the gills with
He's
stuff. He doesn't. There's no space for anything else.
Joe and I drove cross country together, and I knew to stay out of his way when he was packing that car because everything, little area has a space. But Joe loves driving.
Yeah, that's not for me. I'm more like Albert, right? I would rather get in the plane and fly, let somebody else do all the work.
That yeah, we went to Salem this past weekend. 2.5 hours. I was like, oh god, this is so long. So I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know doing 13-hour,
Where are
14
you
hour.
based out of? I forget, Chris.
I'm in Connecticut.
You're in Connecticut.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember I met Kazra a million years ago here at a small show, and it's been funny to run across him every once in a while and reminisce.
He was in Connecticut for a few years. That's
Yeah,
I think before he moved to Chicago. But
is he in Florida now?
he is. Yeah, he's a little closer to downtown. He's about 20 minutes outside of downtown, 30 minutes from the hotel.
Okay.
So, yep. And I got about like an hour drive to get in there, but it's not too bad. But see, he gets civilization, whereas I get Central Florida Yahoo hillbillies and things like that. So I think he's got it a little bit better than I do. I got 5 acres, but I got 5 times the problems too.
And Chrissy always says I have like a hillbilly thing. Like I love observing it. I love watching it. I don't know, something about, because from Connecticut, you don't really run across a lot of that, and I love seeing people in different lifestyles, and Chrissy grew up in Florida, North Carolina, so I guess she got her fill of that a little bit, but
Oh yeah, I feel like I've been down here almost 4 years, and I feel like I've almost got my fill as well.
are you
I
originally from Ohio though, right?
Yeah, I grew up south of Cleveland,
Okay.
but about 20 minutes south of Cleveland for lived most of my life there. Or when after I got married, I lived just east of Cleveland, so on the coast of Lake Erie for
Did,
about 25 years.
did you ever get to go to Big Fun?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That's where yeah, right down the road from there was a bar called the Grog Shop. That's where I met my wife.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, Big Fun was best. Yeah,
Is it still around, or is it?
the guy, I forget the article I read about him. I remember he was having some financial problems about 5 years ago, and so they were struggling a little bit. And that area in on the east side of Cleveland got so expensive.
Yeah.
All the rent and everything. It pretty much kicked everybody out. So Big Fun. Everybody was this store where you could buy everything from whoopee cushions to Hot Wheels to you name it, the most obscure gadgets and fun toys that you grew up with as a kid. They had everything, and they had it all in bulk. And
It was
you didn't know
great.
what you were going to find anytime you went in that place.
It was insane. It was the first time I had been like really overwhelmed by a store because there
And a
was so.
small store too. I mean, that place was no bigger than like 20 by 40 feet, but they packed it with aisles, and I mean there was it was sensory overload
Yeah.
for anybody that walked in there. But yeah, it was rubber chickens, you name it, they
Yep.
had everything.
Right.
I bet you I still have some Big Fun merchandise sitting around here too. But yeah, no, I love that place. It
I have
was phenomenal.
I think I bought like a child's Batman wallet there that I used for a really long time, and I think I still have it somewhere. But I got a really good Chewbacca pencil box there, and I remember that.
Yeah. No, there's not enough places like that in
No.
existence any longer, unfortunately. Oh man. Well, that's cool. I hadn't thought about Big Fun in a long time. That's great. Cool. Yeah, they used to be a great vegan restaurant right across the street from there. We always went to Big Fun and then had like some great soups and stuff. Not that I'm vegan, but it was just like wonderful. It was like one of the best restaurants on the east side of Cleveland. Um, but I have to ask, why did you know about Big Fun? You have a friend nearby?
Yeah, I had a friend who lived in Ohio for a little bit, and we all went out to visit once, and they were like, "Oh, you got to check out this toy store," and it was awesome. And then I think I sent Joe there, but I think it was already gone or had moved or something. But
Mhm.
I remember I took Joe to Frankensons in California, and that blew it. It was awesome to watch Joe's mind get blown by that. If you don't know what Frankensons is, it's crazy.
So it's something I should check out if I ever could.
Yeah, if you've never been to Frankensons, it's like a permanent Comic-Con vendor space where people just rent out, and they have permanent booths, and you can get every kind of hot toy, every vintage toy. stuff from Japan that they don't have here, bootleg toys from Mexico or Thailand or Singapore, and it's only open like 3 days a week, and it's amazing. It's so cool, and I always try to get out there when we have like something in like WonderCon or something like that, but it never coincides. Like it's open on Saturday, but we got to work the show, so I was happy to be able to go back. We went with actually John Higashi took us there. Do you know John?
Yeah, everybody knows.
Yeah.
Anybody who's been in the hobby for a while knows John. John was always the guy who was first in line when didn't matter what show you were going to. If it was a 3-day show on a Friday morning or a 2-day show on a Saturday morning, John Higashi with bag in each hand would be the first one in line, ready and raring to go with his list of targets.
It always amazes me the weight of those tote bags he carries. And I'm just like, God bless John, man. I remember we watched a video with, it was like an Adam Hughes sketch thing, and it was probably from 20 years ago or something. And there's John. It's like 3:00 in the morning. He's first in line, and so I sent him a screen grab of it. And John's been a good friend to Chrissy and I for a while. So
no, John is he's a great patron of the arts, supports artists directly. I mean, I think that's always been his mantra. And no, he and I have a thing. Every time the first time he sees me at any show, he takes a picture of me. He's like, it's his Bill Cox first sighting. So I don't know. He's got a picture from every show we've ever gone to of me. I don't know what he's doing with them. He's gonna make trading cards out of them one day or something like that. But we've been doing that since we met. So he's the best. I remember, and yes, thank you, Kezra. That is true. John Higashi is coming to OAX. We will find out if he will be first in line on the Friday VIP night or not. I mean, I imagine he probably will be.
It's going to be great to see John outside of California. It's like a unicorn sighting.
That is true. Have I ever seen him in a show? Well, I think I've seen him. Has he ever been to Heroes? He must have gone to Heroes before. I mean, I'd be shocked if he hasn't. No, he has. I know he has gone to Heroes because that's one of the times that I actually got onto Adam Hughes' sketch list and got something was a year when John was first in line at that. So he has gone before, and maybe I got to leapfrog him once. But yeah, I remember the first time I saw him after the pandemic. He's got hair longer than me.
Yeah, we call him Rockstar. He's a Rockstar Higashi now.
Exactly. Yeah. If you hadn't seen him in a few years, you will not recognize him. I remember being shocked that I saw him at MegaCon too. That was, I think, the first time I saw him with the long hair. It was 3 years ago there.
Chris and I were like, whoa, John. It's letting it flow.
Hey, if work doesn't require you to cut your hair, man, let it grow.
And the best is like John would always pick us up when we do WonderCon. He'd pick us up from the LAX, and he would organize like a little tour for the day for Chrissy and I, and we've got to do some fun stuff with John, and we're still always trying to get him to come to Disney. He hasn't been to Disneyland or Disney World in forever. He won't go.
Oh,
but he went to Tokyo Disney.
Really? Well, you know what? I'll talk to him at the show if we can. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, if he chooses to come back in 2027, maybe we can arrange a John Higashi to Disney World event outing.
Yeah,
that would be fun.
I would love to just see him on a ride. It would just be.
I want to see like what his hair does on the Guardians ride or something, or no, better yet, Test Track. Yes. Test Track. John Higashi, let him be in the front. Nobody wants to sit behind him because you're not going to see yourself because his hair is going to be all over. Oh, shoot, man. Well, we can talk about Disney forever, but we probably should announce your pre-OX opportunities. Or if Devin's watching, he's probably being like, "Come on, guys, get to the good stuff."
Yeah, man. I'm excited to do.
Before we do, let's go ahead and show off the auction piece. I mean, I did send out some mailings and stuff today, but I will. This isn't the poster version. This is the version that is what people will be able to bid on. And let me go ahead and share that screen. So look at that. That came out fantastic. It has a Disney kind of feel to it, doesn't it? It's like a Disney princess.
Chrissy always does like really fun characters and facial expressions, and she was like, "Hey, do you want to draw the little the auction pieces?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Are you sure?" And she's like, "Yeah." So I was happy to jump on and be able to do that. And she was like, "Oh, they all have to be Marvel." And I was like, "No, let's throw a Batman in there." but she's
Yeah. Well, hey, it's okay to have Batman in there. We don't mind.
they need a Batman.
He's got and yeah, it's kind of the absolute Batman too, right? We got
Yeah.
the some spikes in the back there. Hulk looks great. Wolverine's great, but yeah, the Scarlet Witch steals the show on that one though.
Oh yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
And even the wood grain texture, that's the thing that gets me when I see wood grain texture that looks like that. That's when I think Disney.
Yeah,
I it's just there, so it's perfect. So
she
that's
killed it.
high five, Chrissy and you, for putting this together. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I know we got some work to do to get the poster artworks together, but this one was posted to the site today, and people can start proxy bidding on it. For those who didn't know, and I'll be talking more about that after you and I are done here, Chris. But again, this is a fantastic piece,
Yeah.
and Ezra and I couldn't have been happier to have
And you
put
guys,
together for us.
you put on such a great live auction too. Like it's so fun, and like we always tell, man, if people want to like just learn how to do a good live auction, and we know another show that their live auction's okay, but you guys knocked
Right.
it.
No, well, we've been to a lot of the other auctions. I mean, I've been to so many over the years, right? I mean, I've been to uh, Jim McLaughlin doing Hero Initiative auctions at, I can't even remember what West Coast show I'd gone to a few times. I mean, so you've seen it all, and they they have varying degrees of success, but going into it, we knew that we wanted to put on as professional as successful an auction as we could, because you're contributing artwork to the show. We're both getting rewarded by that, and it deserves the best opportunity to reach the right numbers, right? And the thing is, we have the support of the collectors coming to the show as well. They get to appreciate it, see the work in advance, and
And the
yeah.
atmosphere is so fun too. Like everyone is just relaxing and having fun and looking at this amazing art. And I got to see a friend, Tony Perna. I hadn't seen him in forever, and I sat down next to him at the auction. We chatted, and it was so fun. It was just great. So I'm looking forward to the auction again.
Well, that's yeah, it's a highlight for us as well. And I mean, we had pizza the first year. Nobody was really fond of that, so we went with pizza and hamburgers in year two. There's a little, I think we notched it up just a little bit. The open bar helped, I think, a lot in year
Yes.
two. We didn't have that in year one. But it will be outdoors this year.
Oh wow.
We're counting on good weather. They built this a really, really nice pavilion. I mean, it's beautiful. And
Oh.
so we're going to have a stage out there under the pavilion, and so we're working out some of the details related to that. The Kirby Awards will be right before that, so we'll go right from the Kirby Awards into the auction. And yeah, it's exciting. Always try something a little new. I'm actually getting
Yeah.
goosebumps when I think about it. Because it's going to be really, really neat. And yeah, it's always fun to experiment. But yeah, but again, this was a great addition, and we're really happy to have this as the auction poster this year. But let's go ahead and segue into your pre-OAX opportunities. So I have to go through the same process. I have to turn it on the site, and I have to go find the link, which I wasn't preparing myself for. Here we go. What's Chrissy doing tonight? Is she busy working?
I think she's playing Animal Crossing. I think the update came out, and she was writing all day, and that was her reward. Like her reward to herself was like she's going to play Animal Crossing. Either that, or she's trying to get her to watch True Detective season 1. So hopefully,
she hasn't seen that yet. Those two are not related in any way.
No, Chrissy watched season 4. She's on this Arctic kick. She wants to watch just things in the Arctic. So she watched season 4 because I think it takes place in Alaska or the Arctic or something.
Yeah,
and she liked it. And I said,
Jodie Foster.
You should really watch season 1. Season 1 is amazing.
I've actually watched season 1, I think 3 times, because about every like 16 or 18 months I go back and rewatch it, just because I know how it ends, but the acting is so good, and the story is it's dark, but not twisted dark. It was just it's just so well done.
Great show.
All right, so link is in the chat. Let's see here. We've got I know we have a few different tiers here, but we will start off with a couple different sketch card tiers. So let me highlight the first one. So So here we go. And I know that you do have limits on these as well. I think you were going to take a total of 5 sketch cards in total, and you have a
I
black.
think yeah, black and gray, and then color. I think if time permits, I can hopefully add some more. It's just with travel and everything. So, and I finished the deadline today. So
Oh, good. Okay. Well,
yeah,
we'll work with Devin and you on that
yeah,
to, I may turn things off when we hit a limit that Devin initially said, but we can always turn
okay.
them back on. So, and I can tell you, I already just saw 2 of the next level come in. So we have the like OAX sketch card, which I've shipped to Devin. So
Mhm.
these are single character black and white or black and gray, looks like Copic markers or,
Yeah,
or
Copic
similar.
marker. It's Copic and Olo markers with some like
Okay.
red color pencil and some gel pen to pop some highlights in there.
So we have that one, and then you have a more of a colored version, full color,
Yeah,
and similar, kind of a bust piece, but these are 110. Wow,
yeah.
I, lo- I love the clown.
I,
That was a good one.
I'm a horror guy, so
Yeah.
I love drawing horror. Like I just finished this pinhead today. This I usually do my sketch cards like warm ups either at night or at the end of the day. So I was doing some horror and I just kind of and I have the Marvel character guide, so I like to flip through that and let my finger land on it. So I finished a Modoc 2 yesterday. Um, so it's sketch cards are so fun. I mean, they're so fun.
Well, I can tell you right now that you already got 6 of the $110 sketch cards in, as
Okay.
well as one of the 9x12s, which we haven't highlighted yet. So maybe you'll be able to tell me, should we, what we need to do by the end of this. 'Cause I know he originally said 2 9x12s and 5 sketch cards, but I'll leave it up to you guys.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that, so the next tier is I've got 4 slides to kind of show off just
Yeah.
different half figure 9x12 full color half body pieces. These are
Yeah.
325. I mean, yeah, you do Disney proud by your colors are perfect, your characterizations are perfect. This could be the Punisher, the musical that we didn't know we needed, but Disney should produce.
Yeah,
So
that'd be awesome.
yeah, no, this is fun. And gosh, what was the next piece here that you sent? So these are 325.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's all. That killed one of my red markers, but it was
So that's all. The red is done in marker.
yeah, that's all Olo. And then the Punisher is mixed media, so it's like marker, some paint, pen, ink. I kind of like will say, oh, it'll be a marker piece, but I end up just like adding stuff to it. Like if I want rain to pop, then I can't use a marker, so I'll use acrylic paint and or I'll use acrylic ink to do a wash in the background,
Mhm.
or I try a different paper, and I'm like, oh well, I should just use an airbrush on this. So yeah, so it's a little bit of it's a little bit of everything.
Here, what else did Devin send us? Oh, that's right, a nice Doctor Doom as well.
He's going to be a big deal this year, I think.
I think so too. They just got to release a full trailer. Damn it! I'm tired of the teases.
And then
We already got the chairback tease already. We know who's coming back.
Whenever there's like a tease now, I don't know if it's AI, which really bothers me. So I have to go and find like the Marvel YouTube site or something just to make sure. Like that X-Men teaser is insane.
Oh, I'm with you there. I really hate it. You think YouTube would police that kind of stuff better? Because there was a time when you could type Marvel trailer or new movie trailers, and you would
Yeah.
get actual studio YouTube clips, 2-minute trailers, exactly what you want. And today it's just such a mess. I mean, I actually have given up looking for them. I had ended up subscribing to the Marvel channel, so it's in my left nav, so I can just go to it to see if
Yep.
there's and that kind of sucks because it was fun, say 5 or 6 years ago, just going in and just typing in new movie trailers and just seeing what the hell was there. It just isn't even worth it anymore.
There was even, I don't know if you remember, there was a show on E called Coming Attractions. They would just play trailers, and I loved that. Oh, Ghost Rider.
I had not heard of that one.
Yeah.
But here, last but not least,
Yeah.
a Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Yeah, so that's Copic, acrylic, pencil, gel pen, pro white, just kind of a little bit of everything. But he's such a fun design. Like anything kind of creaturey or monstery, I think is my wheelhouse, and I love doing it. I love drawing monsters, and I'm lucky there's a show like this that kind of embraces original art.
Definitely. No, I love how this one's everything's, his costume is crisp, and then that the skull is just kind of floating in the mist a little bit, not as sharp, but it's awesome.
Thanks.
This is a fun one. So these are all 325 for the
Yeah.
9x12 single character, full color, half body, and yeah, no, these are awesome.
Thank you so much, Will.
Yeah, Steve Yarish is saying, "Where's the 5x17 size, Chris? Was that a unique?
Man,
I can't say I've heard of a 5x17 size
so
before."
man, back in the day when I was first starting to do shows, there was a group called Statue Forum. It was like where all the bone collectors would be on, and I would do a lot of commissions for those guys. And at the time, Strathmore was making a pad of paper that was 5x17, and a lot of the Statue Forum guys wanted that kind of that size, and they don't make it anymore. It was such a fun size. It was so weird.
I've never, ever heard or seen that.
I think it was like if you're going to do a cartoon strip or something, because it was so.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Sure.
But it was really fun, and some of those pieces are good, and some I wish, like you said, you could get rid of them.
Pay somebody to delete them from the internet forever.
Yes.
All right. Well, I can tell you right now, it looks like you're up to eight of the sketch cards and one of the 9x12s. So,
Awesome.
should I just leave them on for right now until Devin sends us a cease and desist, or
Sure.
what would you like me to do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, I'll shoot him an email tonight
Okay.
with what after the show, like giving him an update, and then he can kind of let us know what he wants us to do, and
Okay,
then
cool.
it's all good. We
Yeah.
can let it ride. I mean, you've got 5 weeks, and you said your schedule's a little open right now, Chris.
It is. It is. That's. I'm excited. I love getting commissions because I always get some characters I've never drawn before, never thought about drawing. So it's always fun. And it's always fun to see what people come up with or what they would like to see in my interpretation of that character. So super excited about it. And I have to do a piece for Mr. Higashi. So I have to have that ready for OAX.
Well, I'm going to let myself be surprised. He's had a few themes over the years, but I can't say as I've asked him probably since the pandemic, like what kind of angles he has. But yeah, I'll wait and be surprised because I don't think I've seen him do a pre-OX. But that's the thing about John is he just goes direct to you guys. He knows, he lines stuff up, and John is friend to all.
And friend of all. John's a good friend.
Oh man! All right, Chris. Well, listen. Say hey to Chrissy for us. Thank her. Again, I know Casper probably has thanked her more than once already, but tell her that we really do appreciate the work that you guys put into the auction poster, and we look forward to getting to hang out with you again at OAX in 5 short weeks, man.
Can't believe it. Can't believe it.
Exactly. Well, have fun at iFarts, and we'll see you after that.
Yeah, get some rest now. You're gonna need it.
Yeah. All right, Chris.
Thank you.
See you later.
Have a good day.
Thanks, man. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We did rather well for the 3 artists that were with us this evening. We appreciate that, and congrats to everybody who picked up some stuff. We'll leave Chris's pre-OAX open for a little while longer. I did close Kevin's, just because I've got to ask him about the sketch card thing. He filled up the 5 that he wanted to do, but I'll ask him in the morning if he wants me to reopen it, and we see how things balance out. You never know. I still have to mail him the sketch cards, but I'm gonna probably send him like 20 just so he has some extras in case he feels ambitious and wants to do some work in advance of coming to the show, so the sketch card collectors can go and pick up a few $100 pieces off of his table. Oh man, but we were just looking at some of the commission pieces, and so I thought it would be a good opportunity to go over and take a look at some of the pieces that we've dropped this week. As everybody knows, the proxy bidding was announced today. If you didn't know it, okay, I said everybody knows. Maybe all of you don't know. It looks like we have 100 people watching right now. That's fantastic. Has everybody hit the thumbs up yet? I have no idea because I never pay attention to that while we're live, but you should do that. I see Kazra is talking to to Fuller about the Duke cosplaying as a mutant of your choice. I think we're going to see a few of those commissions throughout the OAX weekend, um, but they're always fun. I still think my favorite is the Mohawk Storm dupe. That was probably the best. Well, at least for me. But yeah, here, let me go ahead and pull up the calf gallery and share the link and remind all of you you should be watching that calf gallery because we do have I'm quite certain we probably have about another 35, 40 pieces to release. Not that we've gotten them all in hand yet, but they'll be coming in over the next few weeks, and that's part of us releasing them. We've got a few pieces that we'll be releasing every day for a while now. But here, let me get the link in the chat, and then I'll even pull up the screen here for you all. Can I make this window any better? There we go, a little bit bigger. So yes, the link is in the chat for the OAX auction and fundraiser gallery. So please peruse it. I think I've got 3 gallery rooms with what I said in there was the 18 pieces because that's the I think the max number that you can view in a gallery at a time right now, gallery room. So we have 3 rooms with 18 pieces in it, and they are phenomenal. We've been talking about it internally about how amazing these, the pieces are that have come in, and we couldn't be happier. The artists have put in a tremendous amount of effort on these pieces, and it's just been it's been exciting seeing them come in. I mean, in some of the early stuff that we got to see months before we got to talk to you or display them for you, with stuff like Gis Moon Knight painting for the IAX poster, which is just freaking unbelievable. The Alan Davis piece, we had to sit on the Alan Davis piece for a couple months. It sucks because you got this great thing that you want to show off, and you like keeping, we roll things out right in the right amount of time. But it's just been so cool to get to see these pieces come in. The Bella Racklin piece was amazing, and we got to see it, kind of in a pencil rough, before we got to see the finished color piece. I mean, it's been awesome. And so while I've kind of organized the gallery, I've been changing out the featured pieces daily. I am going to end up probably leaving the poster artwork at the top, and then I'll just keep cycling around the pieces that are underneath it related to either that day's release or just pieces I think haven't maybe gotten enough views or whatnot. But yeah, just impressive stuff. I mean, Ryan Pankos is one of my favorite, painters, and just seeing him do this, the Iron Man painting was awesome. I mean, I've got a Pankos painting on my wall. Tatiana, I think, has a piece from Ryan. Carl Choi got that, the Captain America, Marvel, slash Magic the Gathering crossover piece from Ryan. I mean, just great stuff, and by artists that some of you might not be familiar with, but others that you are. I mean, Dave Palumbo did that great Dark Knight poster for IAX last time around, and so this time he did a Spider Gwen. I mean, it could be a cover. It's cover quality. I mean, it's just awesome stuff. And then we got another Walking Dead cover from David Finch. Tommy Lee Edwards submitted this Hagrid from Harry Potter concept art stuff that was actually published. I don't recall. I read it a couple weeks ago and I forgot what it was published in. But so we got a really good mix. Primarily pieces created just for the show, but other pieces that have been published or are unpublished. I think this Anacleto Joker Harley piece was a cover that ended up getting unused, but there you have that. It's kind of like it's like Moondragon meets Harley, I think. Wrong costumes though, right? But cover quality, says Jason. There are cover qualities. You have tons of it, man. You're going to be impressed. You saw that piece by Megan. The magic, right up your alley, man. It's beautiful. And what is this? Oh, Alberto does not talk about Carl. Okay, we're not supposed to. I'm sorry, man. I know it's a sore spot for you. You didn't win that one. But yeah, let me go ahead and just cycle through some stuff here. It's probably easier for me to go ahead and I don't know, probably look at things by most views. And we did get all of these lots up on the oax.art website as well. I linked underneath the schedule, a link directly to that gallery, and then from the event itself, I've linked over. So if you happen to be over on the OAX art website, you'll be able to find these pieces there, or by watching this calf gallery, you'll be able to follow it. We're going to take proxy bidding on these up until the Monday before OAX. I think is that the 17th? It could be the 16th. I could be wrong. I think I said the 17th, but it's the 16th. So we've got plenty of time to put the proxy bids on. And so the thing is, everybody should know, even if you're not going to OAX, you can place proxy bids on the pieces. We got proxy bids today, and I think one of the people was actually coming. I don't believe the other person had tickets, but this is open to everyone. So the way the proxy bidding works is you want to put in your max bid. Do it via email. There's a contact form on every piece, as you know. It's on Comic Art Fans, so real easy to do. You send us an email and give us your max bid. If it's a piece where the starting bid is $500 and you want to put a max bid of 2,000, I mean those are coming into us. And if somebody else comes in and makes a proxy bid at $500, what we would do is, if those were the only two proxy bids that we got, we would start the bidding on the floor at 525. So the guy, the bidder who had the $500 proxy bid is of course out. The person who had the $2,000 proxy bid is the high bidder at 525. And in the first 2 years, I've handled doing the proxy bids for anyone who had submitted a proxy bid that needed to compete against anyone else on the floor. And we state that up front to everybody, so they know that that's what, it's not me bidding, it's me bidding for a proxy bidder. And then I've got the $2,000 threshold that I can bid up to, and so that's how we handle those. And a lot of the pieces only get one proxy bid or two, but it helps us kind of establish a beginning place, threshold to start the bids on the auction floor, which is always good for us because it helps move things along a little bit better. So we like proxy bids. So yes, but it is open to anyone globally. And if someone were to win, and we've had in year one, I think we had 2 people who won with a proxy bid that were not at OAX, and I know that we had about 3, I think, in year 2. And what we do there is we'll collect payment after OAX and take, and of course the shipping as well, and then we would ship the art. And one thing I can confirm, we have shipped art for people who might win multiple auctions. If they don't have the right size portfolio or whatnot to bring the work back, we will handle shipping the artwork to you. You'll pay for the shipping, of course, but we're happy to kind of take care of that for you. And as we've done too in the first 2 years, if somebody needs to spread payments out because they really want something, and they need to do a little bit of time payments, we're amicable to that to a certain degree. I don't think we've ever let anybody go beyond 60 days, and most people haven't. Most people want to get their art right away. Most people want to take their artwork home with them. So these things that happen like that are few and far between. But we're always willing to work with those of you who might need an extra 30 days to make a payment or need help shipping stuff. So Kazir says we're all about fish. To Marcus, I don't know what that's regarding, but I don't know. I guess we've been looking at this page for a little bit too long. But Victor Adame did this great She-Hulk. We've got a wonderful it's Conan with a sword, right? In that first one, most viewed piece out there. We've got the wonderful Mannix piece. Nahuel Grego's Wolverine painting is phenomenal. Matt Wagner's Battle Beast cover is cool. Dimitri Patelis' Venom is awesome. I mean, there's just so many good pieces in here. Segovia's Doctor Doom was damn cool. Matt Allison's piece, which I got in the mail. I guess I've already probably put it in the portfolio. I've gotten a couple of pieces already sent to me, so I've got them in bags and I'm stashing them away. So, but Matt Allison shipped me his artwork, and Wagner shipped me his. Both Matts have shipped me their stuff. Jurgens did that great Superman and Legion of Superheroes piece, fighting Doomsday, not Apocalypse. When I posted it, I wrote versus Apocalypse. It was Doomsday. But I can't think past X-Men, guys. I mean, that's my limitation. We actually, Canetti sent 2 pieces, and everybody loved the Dinobots on the CAF team, so I put that one up there today. But he also has this nice little Avengers piece as well. Phil Hester had a cover from Challengers of the Unknown. Mike McCone sent in a nice Poison Ivy. Zoe Thorogood did a fun self-portrait, which is totally cool. I went over and looked at some of the artwork that she has available over on her site today. She's done a few self-portraits in her time, and this one I would say is probably the most interesting. And Jeremy Wilson, I've loved his work for a long time. I've seen him over at the IX art show in PA for years, and he was at OAX last year. He's done this great Gambit oil painting. I know several of you have got on his commission list. Jason D'Ambrosio, who's in the chat, barking like a little bulldog right now. Has been on his list. I can't wait to see what he gets. Um, Derek says maybe he was fighting Doomsday on Apocalypse. See, I don't know my DC, Derek, but maybe at OEX you can school me. That would be appreciated. Um, okay. Moritat made it past me. I love Moritat stuff. That I did. Was he on page one? He was. I love Moritat stuff. He's amazing, and he's back for a third year straight, of course. And I know he's gotten a few pre-OX pieces that went through the system in the last few days as well. JP, Jules. I actually commissioned Jules and I already got the scan of it. I didn't even ask for it. I should have told Mark. I like to be surprised. I've said that numerous times here on the channel. Clearly, Mark does not pay attention to what we talk about here, because out of the blue, I get a scan. I get an email from Mark with nothing written in it. Well, no, it was written under the image, so I couldn't even avoid it. It was right there in front of my face. So so I now know what my Jules piece looks like, and it came out pretty nice. I asked for a classic Dazzler with face paint. I figured I'd do something a little different, and so I got that from Jules. But yeah, anybody else, if I've done pre-OAX, please don't send me a scan. I like to be surprised. What else we got on here? I think one other page. Sorry for skipping a few there, but we got the Jim of Food Motherfuckers #1 cover, and it's classic Mafood there, very nice. And then the Miko Swayan. This is not a cover; it's just a commission style piece. You get World's Finest, you get Superman, Batman on there. Sean Crystal, Vanessa Del Rey. I think we got a couple pieces from Vanessa. This is only the only one we've posted for now. And then Brian Haberlin, George Pratt did this great Pan's Labyrinth piece. This is that Dinobots piece that I know there's some oohs and ahs out there from the CAF team for sure. Jared Collum did this awesome Usagi Yojimbo 1984 homage that was a thing. And it's very nice. Love Jared's work. I've got to turn my daughter onto his painting classes, because I think she would learn a thing or two with Jared. She was too nervous when I sent. Kezra shared a link for Jared's classes, and I gave it to Emma, and she didn't feel confident enough to go do it. But you never know. Maybe by summertime she'll be up for doing something with getting some tutelage from Jared. He would probably be a great person to learn a few things from. We got Apollo Rivera. This is a gorilla alien. I have no idea. You look at it and you think it had to have been for something, right? And I actually have a call with Mark Hay tomorrow, so I'm going to ask him, because I didn't know what to write about it. There was no description or anything. It just said gorilla alien, and it had the size. So and then I Googled it thinking there's got to be something Paulo Rivera. Did I put gorilla? No, I actually did type gorilla alien Paulo Rivera and came up with nothing except Paulo Rivera alien covers. So no gorilla aliens. I don't know the context for that piece, but I will try to get to the bottom of it and let you know. One of the, well, I can show you the others. Tony Perna, Batman. You got Joe Dragunis doing one of his faux covers, this time a Rocketeer. These were awesome. Kazra and I got to see, gosh, he must have had a dozen of these at Collector Summit, and they're all really, really awesome. I'm sure he's going to be bringing those to OAX as well. Tula Latoy, sorry. I haven't had a ZV all day, everybody. I'm sorry. And then this was a cover to New Burn #1. And Von Randall targeting Mr. DiTullio clearly by doing this Death Dealer piece. Stefan Rue did a Wolverine. And then again, look at this. The piece that's got the least amount of views was the surprise piece for me. I posted it today. I thought it was just like a fun character piece that he did. And it turns out it's from the a Topps 2006 Lord of the Rings set. When I Googled it and kind of looked around, sure enough, Chiarello did a few of the paintings for that set, and there it is. So we were just talking about Chiarello earlier with Mr. Nolan, and yeah, you if you're a fan of the Lord of the Rings, here you go. You get a nice Frodo piece published 2006, 20 years ago in the Topps Lord of the Rings set. There you have it. And throw this link in there one more time, folks. Come on. If you're a member of CAF and you're logged in, right there at the top of this that page, there's a link to watch this gallery. Please do that, and you will be able to see the updates as they come through over the next several weeks. Like I say, we got plenty of pieces to roll out but it's a great start. It really is a great start. As you can tell, you look through that. As Jason said, there's plenty of cover quality pieces in all of it. Yeah, it's impressive. As Snork said, Chiarello is a legend. The thing, like I said, I've never met Chiarello, but I so often in when talking with pros, a lot of times not even live, they mention Mark as being an important person in their careers. So yeah, I know when the team was putting the list together, Casro had Chiarello high on the list, and we were very happy when we were able to kind of tick that box and say Mark was coming. So very, very good for us all. Stephen Yaris, I'm calling in sick tomorrow with a case of the calves. Yaris. You got chickens too, don't you, Stephen? You know all about those pesky kind of problems we got. I got like 4 dozen eggs in the fridge right now for anybody that needs some. If you're anywhere near Central Florida, Dan Goodwin, please feel free to swing by, and I can either make omelets for us or send you home with at least 12 eggs. Oh man, all right. Yeah. See, Alberto asks all the questions. He can't wait. He needs to know. But yes, we've been doing a lot of cool stuff. Kezra has been burning the midnight oil, putting together so much stuff. We got to review the floor plan this week, and it's awesome. It's really incredibly well thought out. And again, I'm ready. I'm ready to run the floor as well. We've got it all figured out. We know where we're going to be staging you guys, before the VIP, evening. And you'll be in the same staging area on Saturday. I mean, we got everything figured out. Yeah, it was a lot of work, and yeah, we're good. We have a few things done early this time around. It's good. It's very good. I mean, if free eggs with every auction win. That's a great idea, Casper. You know what? I've been threatening to. They actually make like little stampers for eggs. So we could actually make an OAX or a calf stamper, and stamp the eggs and do something with them. We wouldn't want people throwing eggs at OAX, but we'll figure out something. If you're in town for a few days, we'll work something out. Keith Lorraine. I thought about that too today, CJ, because I was getting a little I'm a little tired of scrambled eggs. So you know what Maureen made for dinner tonight? We had French toast. French toast for dinner with sausage. So it was good. I mean, it was breakfast for dinner, but and I wasn't disappointed. I looked at it at first. I saw it and I thought, oh my God, Maureen made toasted cheese sandwiches for dinner, and it was just 2 pieces of French toast on top of one another. Good, but it was so yellow because it's the chicken eggs. I thought it was toasted cheese. She made a frown when I said that. I'm like, oh wow, toasted cheese tonight. She's like, it's no, come on, all right. Anyways, yes, you're right about that, Marcus. I did finally wash the sweater that Marcus got me for Christmas, and I didn't put it on for Maureen, but she asked me what it was, so I held it up as if I was wearing it, and she said it was very nice. So she wanted me to say thank you, Marcus, for buying the Wiener sweater. She said that she wanted me to wear it next Christmas. So I can assure you that you'll get to see me in it sometime in the future. But yeah, see, I'm trying to scratch my stuff off my list here. But yeah, so there you got all the OAX auction related information. Don't schedule events, which we're going to be working on, and probably and well, not probably, we will definitely be adding some things to that schedule over at the oax.art website. But just so you know, the schedule on Friday we have the 4 to 6 VIP preview night, the 6 to 8 reception. Then Saturday the hall opens at 10, goes to 5 o'clock like it always does. Same time for the halls on Sunday, 10 to 5. But on Saturday we will have the Kirby Awards beginning at 5:30, and they will last until 6:15. The auction immediately starts after that. We will have PA systems this time around, everybody. So we will be reminding you that you need to on Saturday, 5 o'clock, complete your transactions, go upstairs, change your clothes, whatever you got to do, come back down, get some food, get a drink, get ready for the Kirby Awards, and then which is gonna be awesome. And then of course, you'll be locked, loaded, and have a seat ready for the auction, which begins at 6:15. And Tatiana and Matt will be hosting them again. See, Kaz are screaming, "We want Snork!" All right, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I am. All right. I get it. It's getting late. But yeah, for those of you that are new, you will get an auction paddle with your swag bag, and that's how you place your bids. But I was going to say, I actually finally got Gwen put. This is she had been wanting to do something different for the best of trophies for a while now, and she came up with this idea 2 times ago. I think it was 2 times ago, and I don't know what it was. Either it probably was me, because I'm too complacent and just stick to in my lane, which I shouldn't. But she really wanted to do something different, and so she sent some 3D models over to my uncle, whose 3D prints has printed all the ones that we've done, and I actually got the prototype in. Well, not the prototype. I got a box of these in, so I have them. They haven't been painted yet, so this is like a trophy in the rough, I guess. I'm even looking at it. I can see it needs to be cleaned up because it has the little pieces of the 3D printing still on it that you need to like clean up before you hand them out. But this it has it actually has a pencil in its head too. So there you go. The 2025 is I don't know. This is like you could probably call it a bootleg, right? I guess I think I'm learning the indie scene. This is a bootleg, a red pool, maybe I guess you might call it. Either way, it's got a pencil in its head. They printed on 2 different pencils. We have a Comic Card Fans pencil and then a Best of 2025 pencil as well. So these will be painted though. Gwen and Emma will tackle that. I think they printed like a couple dozen of these. So that will be your no Ben Grimm this time. We did the Thing hand last time, right? The Thing in the Hall cannon, which was I think my idea, because we kept sticking to the whatever's, right? They're called supports built. I don't know, Chris. I don't 3D print, man. But yes, we've got Comic Card Fans pencils. You'll get a Comic Card Fans pencil and a Best of 2025 pencil with these as well. And they're good at mini golf courses as well. And I should know. But these ones we had at the mini golf didn't have erasers, because that's cheating. All right, Berkey Bank Trophy. Sorry, Berkey wants a Berkey Bank Trophy. He's never gonna get one. No. Anyway, here, let me. We can just skip the schedule. You've heard the schedule. The biggest news about the schedule, of course, is that next Wednesday, Ben Brezel and Dave Kopecky are squaring off in another amateur match. I think it's, God, I don't even know what match it is. I think that's like 39, somewhere around in there. We're well past triple X level, and Snyder Diaper Trophy. Yeah. All right. George Haas says he needs a calf pencil if we have any left over. I will definitely save one for you, George. If we do, I can't imagine they bought it. They bought well, we didn't get a ton. It's not like we got a whole box of them, but I know that we definitely printed a few extra. The loaded trophy. Anyway. All right. So what do we got next week? Yeah, Kazra's got it. No, I got to show the slide really quick, because I know Kazra, you're on a couple of podcasts next week, if I'm not mistaken, right? So what do we got here? You're on the Inspired Ink podcast on the 19th. Scott Brown, Hoarder's Hide, is on an interview with me next Tuesday at 10 o'clock. I think Kazra's on the Bristol Brothers podcast. We'll get links for all of these as well. The Kopecky versus Brezel event will be next Wednesday. Matt Lowenstein will be interviewed by me on the show on the 27th. He's interviewed everybody on his show, so I get to do an interview with him over here. We'll have the best of presentation on the 3rd of February. That'll be at 9 o'clock. Mikhail will be guest hosting with me as always, and Alex Garcia, the amazing Alex Garcia, will be with us on the 10th. And Joe will be hanging out with me in Manarino. Oh my God, I need that Zevia bad. At any rate, auction preview will be the last show before OAX 2026, which will be the weekend of the 20th through the 22nd. And there you have it. That's the schedule you didn't know you needed to know. And now we have Mr. Chris Snork, ready and raring to go with a Star Wars shirt on. What on earth are you doing wearing that? That's a first.
I love Star Wars.
Well, I know, but I've just never seen this shirt before.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a Star Wars shirt.
All right, with Darth Vader on it.
Yep.
Right, you're loud tonight. I'm moving my mic away. I'm afraid I might echo back at you or something. How you
Do
been?
I sound too loud?
I don't know. It sounds loud. I mean, we'll see what they say in the chat. Market. Well, they
I
were
had a
screaming
glass
for
of
you.
I had a glass of loudmouth soup, but
Oh man. Well, yeah. Well, it's good to have you back, Chris. You
thanks.
you
It's good
actually
to be
lined
back.
up our guest picker for next week. You want to tell everybody who it's going to be?
Do we tell them?
Let's not tell them. I won't even say who it is until they show up. Let's
Okay.
keep this secret.
I will say this. I recruited I think first timer. Yeah, first timer
First timer.
and well-loved member of the community to come and do picks next week.
Well, I would say they represent all of that. Well loved, unique, uh, been on CAF for a while. I think they've
Mhm.
gone to OAX. Yeah, you'll know them.
Also a Midwesterner. That's all I'll say.
There you go. That's it. That's all you're getting, everybody. You'll find out next week. What day are you getting to OAX? I think you've told me before, isn't it?
Thursday.
Thursday, right? So
Yep.
good. Early or late?
Like middle of the afternoon, I think.
All right, that's perfect. Yeah, well, not lots of meetings going on, but yeah, definitely some stuff. We wanted, we're gonna have some things for Thursday as well. Some group outing stuff for those who have the inclination of hanging out with fellow collectors the day before the show. So I guess make sure you bring some cigars and some beers and your party hat on. It's
Done.
all taken care of.
This is my party hat, son.
Hey, yeah, look, I fixed the mess I made last week, so I'm back to the normal. I've been, it's funny when I went back to the right hair color. Marcus hasn't said a word. It's only when it's wrong that he gives me shit about it. So when it's right, everything's good. What's Kazra?
All right,
He
Thursday night
doesn't
party.
fall
I'm
asleep.
already ready, Kazra.
Okay, well that's so are we, because I think on Thursday night's like the hall setup with the with the vendors and stuff, but we fully anticipate to get those yahoos done before midnight like they were last year and beyond. So our
I'll
goal
come
is
and crack the
for
whip
us.
if you want.
We want to be able to have a little bit of fun on Thursday too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is what it is. But good. I'm glad you're gonna be there early. And we should remind everybody else too, if you're coming in early on Thursday, or even if you get there by dinner time, there will be definitely something on the event schedule for you to do if you want to hang out with some collectors, some artists who come in early. Yeah, we just heard Kevin Nolan's coming in early. Maybe we get him to go out and have a little. Yeah, I almost was going to ask you to pop on at the beginning of the show today to say hi to Kevin, but we'll save that for the floor at
Don't do that
OAX.
to me. Don't add stress to a stressful situation.
Oh man, I love Kevin. I'm so glad he's coming to the show. He's awesome. He is amazing. All right. So why don't we get this stuff going here so we can all get back to our. I heard Green Bay lost though, right? Are you sad?
Yes, yeah,
All right.
that's
Sorry to
always
bring it
a real
up.
sore subject. They're not as bad as the Dolphins, but they didn't do well.
No, not as bad as the Browns either. So
Ooh, yeah. You got
yeah,
Myles Garrett though. That's fun.
we got if you that's something.
It's fun.
That's definitely something. All right. Well, let's see here. I do have my heritage picks here, so let me change my screens and run through those. Kind of a sparse week for heritage again, but I was getting pinged today. I think they must have launched some kind of some special auction, because I kept getting announcements that I could bid on something some like middle of the afternoon. I have no idea what that was for, but here, let's see. So I just picked some random stuff. Got a John Severin. I don't like the way Heritage does that now. They doing that hover over the image before you click on it. I like it the old fashioned way. But here we have a John Severin Blazing Combat 4 page from 1966. So I mean Severin,
Yeah.
legend. Not enough of his work out there, and I like to feature some war stories every time I can. So, that looks like he got blammed in the wrong spot. I didn't notice that.
That's
That's
an
painful looking.
unfortunately placed sound effect. Yeah.
Ouch. So there you go. John Severin to start us off. Alex Maleev. I kind of, this was kind of cool. I love the kind of modeled paint approach he had to this one. So this is a variant cover to New Fantastic Four #1 from just a couple of years ago. What else we got? Sergio Arago. See this thing? I don't like that. I don't like that. It
Yeah,
doesn't even give you a pause before it
right.
does it. I want to just click right on it. But here you go. Sergio Aragones. This is not a cover, although it certainly looks like it could have been. This was probably just a commission style piece that he did. But yeah, you get a gaggle of characters,
Yeah,
and
they get their
it's
money's worth.
awesome on that one. Then Bill, damn this thing. Will Elder. I'm sorry. Yeah, I really hate that. Uh,
Ow.
this is from Panic 10 from 1955. This is probably my favorite piece in the set. I mean, this is just so cool. You don't see really much come on the market for Elder, and I thought this one was really nice. I probably shouldn't have even shown it to you. And it looks like it's on duo shade board too. I didn't realize that at the time, but that kind of makes this thing even cooler. Lickety pow.
You think? And I think that's marker.
I don't know. I look at that. That's got a pattern to it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, you can see it definitely in the lickety pow.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, this is pretty cool. Look, he's shooting Limburger cheese out of that Tommy gun. I think it's cool. I mean, how old is this? Is 71 years old, man. All right.
Oh,
And,
yeah,
there you go.
you
And
see
even
Crafton,
it's not a
yeah.
craftsman board too. So there you go. Very cool. And then this piece I just picked because I mean, how often do you get to see Jose Luis Garcia Lopez doing a color commission style piece? And here you get Satana. I thought that was awesome. I mean, so
Really cool.
if you're a Satana fan and a Garcia Lopez fan, here you go.
And if you're not a Garcia Lopez fan, I mean, we can fight, I guess. I mean, who's better?
Not many. I mean, if anyone, right? I mean, I'm with you there. I mean, when you see something like this, that's why it's just kind of shocking. You know, I'm so used to seeing just, I mean, I've seen even a tonal piece versus a color piece. I thought
Right.
this was really special because I think I've seen a few pieces that were colored that weren't colored by him. So yeah, this is nice. You don't have to fight me at OEX. I agree with you. Oh man, and
You're off
listen,
the list.
I kind of picked this one for you because this is like a storytelling piece. I just thought it was fun. I mean, Andrew Wildman, I'm not familiar with, but this is a GI Joe 133 page. But you know, it's outside of the building, people talking. You know, zooms into the window, people talking. See a room, voices are coming out of the floor. You're still
under
seeing
it.
nothing but rats, and then the last panel is popping up out of the floor. I thought this was just great storytelling. I
That is
love
awesome.
this page. Absolutely freaking love this page. It's probably totally worthless in a value standpoint, but from storytelling, I mean, the composition overall is really, really well done too. But
Well,
I
it
do
literally leads you into the building.
totally. And then those two, the two word balloons pointing down at the floor, and then there
Yep.
you are. I mean,
Pretty clever, Andrew Wildman.
it really is. I mean, look, it's only $45. I mean, this is going to be the bargain of the show for a perfect narrative storytelling piece that gets everything and has almost no characters on it. I love it. I mean, that's so hard to do. Joyce Chin. I picked this one just because I mean I can't remember if I've ever picked a piece by Joyce Chin before. So this is a variant cover to Purgatory #4, Dynamite Entertainment published. Where's Nick Barucci when we need him?
Where's James when we need him?
There he goes. Yeah, he's somewhere. You say his name and he shows up. So I didn't say swimsuit issue or anything, but yeah, cool piece. Joyce Chin. She's and Art Adams adjacent, related there in its own way. Who's coming to OAX, by the way, Mr. Adams. Then this next piece was just picking it for fun. Bill Willingham and Rich Rankin on a Green Lantern page. Everybody knows I love Willingham's art, right era. Even though it's on a DC title, Rich Rankin is my favorite inker on Willingham.
Okay.
So I like this piece a lot. And I actually, I exercise my ability to pick up a piece from our good friend Hillary Barta. That was done with him inking Bill Willingham on a Warp page. So I think it was the first first comic published work by Willingham too. I haven't put it in my calf yet, but
Very
but
cool.
it's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, Hillary wasn't going to put it in the show, and he was just showing me stuff after the show a couple weeks
Like,
ago, and I said, like, oh, that's cool. You know, would you sell me that? And he's like, okay. I'm like, okay. The price was right. And this is an end page. Two more here to go. Stephen Fabian. We were talking about Stephen Fabian, more expensive pieces with Sarah Jane the other night, so I figured I'd highlight this one because it's one of the few illustration pieces in this set. That's an interior page to some pulp digest.
God, it's
Fabian's,
beautiful.
isn't that great? I mean,
Yeah.
composition's great. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is a really nice piece. What was the last one? I can't remember. Oh, okay. This was a Trigon Empire story arc from the 70s, 78. It was by Jerry Wood, who I've probably seen the name, but when I see it, I'm not, you know, I wasn't familiar with his name. But it was from a Look and Learn book. Just kind of cool. I mean, anytime you can get painted artwork from from the UK, you know, I'm always interested. So cool piece. And I think it was the only painted UK related artwork in the auction. So there you go. That's my 10 picks from the Heritage Auction that you will find next Wednesday.
Nice.
Yeah. Now where are we going to next? The EXP, Nick Ferrucci. We just said his name, and now we can look at what he's. I forget. He actually had a picture of a vault on his show graphic. So I don't know what that means. I did not listen to this video clip yet. So I guess we'll find out what the vault is all about.
Everyone, this Friday, June 16th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. January 16th.
It's still cold out.
Exactly. I'm thinking, and it's still dark out, early. I'm thinking that far ahead. All right, so this Friday, January 16th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, on the Original Art Experience. We will have some really cool original art. Some artists either I haven't had in a while or I've never had. It's exciting. It's going to be fun. But wherever you're watching this promo, hit that thumbs up. Share. Sharing is caring. Make sure you are subscribed on the channel that you're watching this promo. And if you have subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that bell for notifications. And thank you to everyone who's helping us with this promo. And let's get to it. So we will have Avengers. Oh, let's start with this though. We will have Action Comics by Ivan Reyes and Mark Campos. Man, that is an awesome page. 60% splash. Then we have Avengers 26, pages 4 and 7 by the Walt Simonson and Scott Hanna. Then, I don't know that I've ever had any Phil Hester art before. No, I have, but I've never had Green Arrow, and you guys have seen the prices of Green Arrow art by Phil Hester and Andy Parks, so this will be available in the air. Then I have a Cyclops by Mark Teixeira. I love Mark's art. I think I'm a little nuts because I got 2 pieces of Mark art, but I'll get to that in a minute. Hawkman by John Byrne and Larry Stucker. Wow, this is definitely my only Byrne Hawkman. Then I've got this great cover to JSA number 8 alternate cover from 2007, 19 years old, and an homage to Action Comics number 1. Then I have this John Romita Jr. Magneto cover, this John Romita Jr. Blue Line pencils, but Scott Hanna inks Daredevil 23 cover. You can ask me what blue lines are live on the show, and I'll explain it. Dracula versus Zorro, number 2 by Tom Yates. Ooh, I don't know why I'm doing this. Tom Yates' art is hard to come by, and I gotta tell you, that is gorgeous. You got Zorro and Dracula, and Fair Maiden, everything you want. Then we've got Spectacular Spider-Man by Sal Buscema and Bill Sienkiewicz. As a matter of fact, the artwork's so good, we took the word balloons off. I'm kidding. I didn't have the word balloons. I would have kept them on. Then, speaking of Mark Teixeira, my only Moon Knight page by Mark. Oh, God, that's gorgeous. You got Moon Knight, the crescent moon right there. Right there. Then we have Dark Avengers by Luke Ross and Rick Magyar. Again, why am I doing this when it's got the Submariner? Well, I'm doing it. Then we have Fantastic Four #6, page 2 by Mark Bagley. I think Mark Farmer may have inked it, but I can't remember. And check out this Brett Booth, Norm Rapmund double page spread. Oh my stars and garters. JLA from 2013. They're fighting the Shaggy Man. Wow. Now, I'm also going to have Leonard Nimoy's Prime Mortals art on the air. And I'm going to do these really affordably. Probably under $100 a page. When I say probably under $100 a page, you know that's what I'm doing. This is not for sale per se. Somebody had asked about it, but neither Amy nor I could find the collector who asked about it. So if you see this promo and you come on the air on Friday and ask for it, I will show it again. Jimmy Chung. And I am bringing on the air Amazing Spider-Man #8. Few pages that were left. Oh, God, I love these personal pages. Look at that. Uncle Ben, young Peter Parker. Oop, there's a page before that. I'm just a mess. Check it out. Look how beautiful it is. Oh. So, now for the big announcement, because you know there's a big announcement. We had over 1,000 followers on the Original Art Experience Facebook page. And I want to reward the fans, thank the fans, and thank everybody, whether or not you're on the Original Art Facebook page, the Original Art Experience Facebook page or not. So this Friday, we're going to give away over at least over, so at least will mean even if it's $1 over, it's over. At least $1,000 worth of published original art will be given away on Friday. And you know me, if I'm saying at least 1,000, might even get to as high as 2,000. So this Friday, January 16th, Amy's shaking her head yes, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, the Original Art Experience. And just to reinforce it, wherever you're watching this promo, hit that thumbs up, sharing is caring. See you on Friday, and wait till we have fun with the $1,000 or more of Original Art giveaway, all published. Take care.
That is the question, Marcus. Will he be on time? Last time I was on there with him, I think he got there 15 minutes late. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. You know, Nick is on tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, like he always is, over on the EXP, on all of those channels: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever the hell else he chooses. Where does he? Yeah. What's the one that the cool
Twitch?
kids? Twitch. Yes. Remember, I told you the only time I streamed on Twitch one time, and it was like the third show we ever did, and it was when Glenn and Will and Mike were with me, and I saw some little punk in the chat go, "What are these old guys doing on Twitch?" And that was the last time I streamed on Twitch. So I was like, I don't want some little ratty kid coming in here and telling us guys that we don't belong in their pool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Anyway, all right, let's get on with CAF update so we can call it a night. So I went out to get a Zevia, everybody, and there was no Zevia in the fridge outside. All I had was a half and half. That's all I got. So I've got to go find out where the Zevia went. I didn't know we were out.
It's got a little iced tea in there. You'll be all right.
Yeah, just a little bit. It will pick me up. All right. CAF update from last week. We had dealers are doing pretty well. I think it was primarily a couple of them again, but it was 532,000 the week before, and it was 433,000 this week. So almost $1 million in art sales for the dealers that we track in the last 2 weeks. They're doing all right.
Not shabby.
26 is treating them well. Felix had $177,000 in sales from 94 sales. He had that big cover drop, which I don't think had 94 in it, but it was a very frantic and frenetic Friday when those sales were going through, and there were no server problems. Everybody, that just shows you there was a weird thing that happened that day that Felix had the drop before, because it was busier than hell. He had so many damn covers on there. I know that even though there were only 94 sales, I think he had like 500 purchase requests come through before he could turn stuff off. That's how busy it was. Panel Page is number 2. He had with 2 sales. Number 2 with 2 sales, $165,000 in sales for Glenn. Man, we're going to find out what he sold, I think. And then Anthony, 48 sales, $20,000. Comic-Con Art, 50 sales, 20 grand. Berkey, practically bringing up the rear with 13 sales and $19,000. So top 6 sales from art dealers last week. What were they? Here we go. So again, total 433, 575 from the dealers that we track. First up from Glenn from Panel Page Art, $150,000 was the asking price for this Hard Goodbye Sin City cover trade paperback. Frank Miller, of course. 150 G's. All right. Then Glenn, I get, hey, number 1 and number 2. I guess these are his 2 sales. San Julian was the artist on this Vampirella Goddess painting, which I don't know if it was published or not, but the asking price on that one was 15 grand. Then, hey, Clayman, who is going to OAX, sold this piece through Felix Comic Art for $15,000. It's the cover to Batman Deadpool issue number 1. Nice to see Clayman getting some sales again. And then we have another Clayman piece to Absolute Batman, number 16. The cover for that went for $12,000. And guess what? Number 5, Clayman again. Absolute Batman issue number 5 cover, $10,000 on that one. And finally, yes, you guessed it, Clayman once again. The cover to Absolute Batman number 11 went for $8,000. What does that total up to? 20, 30, $45,000 in covers for Clayman on Batman, Absolute Batman, and the Batman and Deadpool covers. Not a bad week.
Man, he's a boss.
Yeah, there was a show not too far from here, like end of summer, early fall, and I got to have lunch with Clayman. So it was like when he was just and he told me he was switching over to Felix at that time, and it sounds like a wise move. Yes. All right, auction houses. So we're only going to talk about, of course, the weekly auctions from Heritage here, and then a week's worth of auctions from eBay. 379,000 last week from both of those platforms, compared to 277 the week before, which covered, I think, went over New Year's, and those are always slow for most places. But top 3 from, what do we got? Top 3 from eBay, and the top 3 then from Heritage. So first up, we have a page from Hellboy Conqueror Worm, issue 2, page 11, by Mike Mignola. Went for $5,300. And that was confirmed. I did go back and check that. I actually checked all these. And you have a Rick Hoberg, Alfredo Alcala Batman 381 DPS. This is pretty awesome, I'd say. I mean, Batman, you don't really go too often, right? This is a good $2,500 on that one. And then this Ryan. What's that?
Was that Hugo Strange?
Ryan Otley, Invincible 34 page, $2,500. Then over at Heritage, you get a Joe Shuster Superman illustration that went for $7,500. Then what was the next piece? Oh yeah, that's right. It was a Action Comics Weekly Green Lantern splash. Went for $6,875. Artist on this one is Todd Smith. And finally, now this is a James Siegel special, I'm sure. It is Frank Thorne doing Red Sonja. In color, no less, $6,250. You can't even tell where that creature's eyes are looking, but you know where they were looking. Mm-hmm. He had no pupils, and you knew where he was looking. Frank Thorne, he knew how to draw the ladies. All right, you ready to talk some picks, man?
I am.
All right,
as ready as I'm gonna be.
Man, yeah. So Megan had a drink before the show. You had a drink before the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the way to get started, I think. I'm not. I can't. So. No, you got to. You'll get to see me have a drink or two at OAX. I promise you that.
Makes my head look like a stoplight, though.
It is a little red.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, man. All right. So, yeah, I'm just gonna dive into this because this first piece is too freaking awesome. When I saw it, I mean, I wanted to own this piece, and here we go. We just might as well just talk about it. I mean, there's so many cool things about this piece. It's because there's so many characters on it. You right. have a piece like this. You literally have 125 suitors lined up to buy this piece because you've got Cyclops on there, you got Scarlet Witch in the Avengers, you got Black Bolt, you got Spider-Man, you got Hulk, you got the Thing. Captain America's on here for God's sakes. Thor,
Yep.
Doc Strange. I mean, when you draw something like this, I mean, and again, it's all red. It's so
Yeah.
good. Spider-Man in a pose that I can't say I've really ever seen him quite drawn in.
True.
Because it's so well balanced. I mean, everybody's always trying to make him seem like a spider. I mean, this is just fine the way it's done. I mean, when I didn't know what you were picking this week, but when I saw this one, I was going to pick it because I thought it was freaking amazing. I love it, and
I
everything's going
thought
all
for
over.
sure this would be the show graphic. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, I got to go look. Is this the show graphic?" And it
I
wasn't.
wrestled with it too because it was this one or the Aranga's piece, and I ended up just opting for the color because and I'll tell you why when we get to it. But yeah, no, I love this one, man. I mean, look at the thing.
Yeah.
When have you seen the thing look that happy?
It's rare. It's rare. He has Allred has a special affinity, I think, for, obviously the Kirby characters, the Silver Age characters. Like, that's what he pretty much does best. I mean, and that's what he's doing here. I also picked this. I have a page from this book, so that made it a little, more special for me to be able to talk about the cover a little bit.
Mhm.
But he's like I said, he's leaning into what he loves here, and I think it shows on the page.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. See, I didn't zoom in on it either, but yeah, just looking at it in more detail, there's just see, I miss Lockjaw. I didn't zoom into it. This is just it's classic. I mean, he's leaning into his love for Kirby in here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's so much good stuff going on in this piece. Yeah, I'm jealous. Yeah, because I love Mike's stuff, and it's funny. I've seen there's some of his X related covers that I've liked, like Ecstatics and whatnot. But I'm always thinking, like, when am I going to find the right cover? If I would have had the opportunity to buy this cover, I probably would have tried because it's just that good. You could be one and done on this one. I mean, you even get the surfer.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, this is great. I don't
And
even
like
know
you said, like DeTulio would buy this, I would buy this, you would buy this. Any self-respecting Spider-Man would snap this up, it's basically got like everybody's favorite character on it somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. CJ says Spidey's kind of in a Ditko-ish pose. Yeah, that's true. Unstoppable. Did I wrestle with what kind of a question is that? I won't even. I try out for wrestling. I tried out for wrestling, and it was too much work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, when they make you when they put you in like the stairwell, at the high school, close the doors and make you run up and down the stairs for like an hour. Do you know what it smells like in there?
We had to do that outdoors in Wisconsin in the winter.
I forget that, man.
Yep.
I think I did it for about 2 weeks, and I'm like, they're stronger kids than I am. I'm not. I can't do it. All right, next up. I thought this one was good. She's pissed, and this is let's see, who's Kafka are we in first? Greg Wilson, and the artist is John Halen. Not familiar with, but there's a story here.
I love the line quality on this. I mean, there's so many different line weights, so many like different inking techniques at play. And I also love you definitely focus on the scene, but there's this little light stuff happening in the background that still lets you know like kind of where you're at. It like puts you in a scene. It makes it a full illustration versus like what would kind of be like a spot illustration otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Yeah, no, I like this piece when I came across it as well. I think it's. I mean, again, look at the line quality on here. I mean, I love it. It's got everything we like. It's got beer steins in it. I mean, how often do we get to say we saw beer steins in anything?
Beer and coffee and wine. They're doing it right.
Man, you're right. My goodness. But yeah, no, I like this piece a lot. I mean, this is the kind of stuff I like seeing on CAF. I mean, again, you look at this is like an etching, man. This could be on a penny. The way the line work that's done here, it's so well done.
Yeah, you can see somebody like chiseling this out, right?
Yeah, that's a very skilled illustration. So no, good pick, man. Very good pick. Can we get Betty Crocker in the back? I guess she's going to do the dishes. She's not cooking. Oh man. All right. Yeah. Not Van. I did not say it was Van Halen, Marcus. It's John Halen.
It's Dan Halen.
Next up, a collection of Pop Warner, and let me get my like on this one. So Jay Geldof and John K. Snyder, an
Yeah.
OAX alum, right? First year. So what is
Very,
it?
very early John K. Snyder.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, we were talking about that Dark Knight recreation piece like a week or two ago with the TV screens. So this
Mhm.
has that, which, you know, I love. Like he's using the Zipatone as like, you know, kind of the quote unquote kids don't even know what that's supposed to look like anymore, right? Because you don't have any pixelated images. You don't have any like you don't have to tune the antenna on your TV to like get a better picture, get a sharper image. But so it's got that going for it, which I think is great. You don't see a ton of art from this, you know, from this series or from this kind of like era of Grundle come up. And so when you see something like this, you know, you have to pay attention a little bit. But like this stuff is such a moment in time in comics. And I think like for some of us, this was like really important stuff. And you know, Kamiko, Grundle, like you know, whatever you were like really into, I was like kind of too young to appreciate this when it was coming out. But like a few years later, like it was kind of like all I could think about. So in a weird way, it's like I missed it, but it's still a nostalgia pick for me.
I regret not being a Grendel reader when they were coming out. You know, I saw them on the shelves, but you know, I was focused on other titles, and I don't, you know, but I've read it after the fact, and I was like, damn, you know, I would have felt like one of the cool kids if I had gotten it, but it
Right,
was
right.
it was a title you know, there was just so many things to choose from at that point, and I was still buying mainstream comics that it was almost a luxury, you know, to pick up a copy of American Flag or Ms. Mystic or you know,
Mhm.
Elemental, whatever was the obscure thing. I could only get so many of those things. And Grendel, I don't know what it was that I didn't connect with looking at just the covers on the at the comic shop, but yeah, I mean, I regret it. So you're right, you don't see these pages come up too often at all.
No. I distinctly remember, there was, like, one really good comic store in Madison at the time, and we didn't live in Madison, so we would, like if we went shopping in Madison, it was, like, a big thing to go to the comic store, and I remember grabbing a copy of Grundle and, like, bringing it to the register with, like, my other stuff, and the owner of the comic store looked at my mom and was like, "This isn't for kids." And she looked at me like, "Are you trying to, like, pull a fast one on me?" And it went right back on the rack.
Damn.
I was just
Uh,
so taken with the character design and, like, yeah, I don't know, there was just something about Grendel that I wanted to know more.
wow. An honest comic shop owner.
Yeah.
Man. But you know, it kept you innocent a little bit longer, I
Well, this
guess.
was also the same a-hole who wouldn't let me buy 2 copies of Ghost Rider #5 because I was speculating at 11 years
Oh,
old.
so he's one of those. So he
Yeah,
wasn't he wasn't looking out for your best interests at all.
no.
He might have been hitting on your mom for all you know, you know. All right, well, moving right along. Well, congrats. Did I put a like on this one? I did. All right, Fred Warner, congrats on that one. Next up, Jim Chung and Planet Hulk Commission. Is this? Yeah, it is. It's a Mr. Yarish's calf gallery. Man, what a cool composition on this thing, huh? I mean, using the smoke. Did we just kind of talk about a piece like this a week or so ago that was kind of framed? Remember, it was the bull
Mhm.
yeah, riding the bull or riding the horse or whatever it is. It
Yep.
was using a framing technique to kind of block out the character a little bit, and we got the same thing kind of going on here.
Well, it gives it like an interesting I don't know, like it looks like it's maybe from something old that had been burned
Hmm.
or you know what I mean? Like it just adds so much character to like already a really characterful piece, but like this is what Jim Chung like really like this is where he soars is when you've got like a ton of detail. He can like fritter over every little like aspect of like the you know the bracer over Hulk's knuckles, over the skull that's on the hilt of the blade, like the fan on his crest on his helmet. I mean, like this is where Jim Chung like absolutely excels. And like the lighting on here is nothing to it, you know, nothing to ignore. Like it's got that up lighting under Hulk. This is like a great commission from like you know, more recently, I feel like Chung went through this period where he was like every commission he did was an absolute home run. And then he had a little period where he was like phoning them in a little bit more. I think they, you know, was maybe get taken too many or, you know, whatever it might be. But like this is like a return to form. I love this thing.
I do too. And you know what I didn't notice before? What's even more remarkable is this is done in a sketchbook.
Yeah.
Wow. The
Yeah.
idea, you know, it's stuff like this. You know, most collectors who have sketchbooks do not take the time to photograph or scan them. So there's so much great artwork out there that we're never going to get to see. I'm so glad that they, you know,
Yeah.
took the photograph of this thing and are showing it off. I mean, there's got to be some incredible, you know, sketchbooks out there in the world. And I mean, look, this one's even a little beat up. You can see a little tattered page behind it. So this
What
one
would
has
you
been
do,
around.
Steve?
It's been around a while,
Yeah.
and you got a great piece like this. I want to see a flip of this, man. We get to see portfolio flips. Give me a sketchbook flip.
We should have
Well, Cirillo
sketchbook
did that for us.
clips. What the hell? Yeah.
Yeah. Wait a minute now. And again, so Yarosh, let's go, man. So it's a whole planet called. Oh my gosh, he started this in 2009. No, what? Okay, so that's why we have a torn page in there. All right, well, I guess maybe when it gets full, we'll get a flip of it. That's what I want.
He says it'll be at OAX.
Ah, all right.
I wanna
Well, we'll
see it.
have to, and I assume Steve, you're hanging out with Dave over at the Jade Giant booth, so we
Safe
will see you
assumption.
there. Oh man, you know
You
what
gotta
they need
keep
is
the Hulk
they
guys
need to
in
go to
like
one of the.
one
What's
spot.
that?
You gotta keep the Hulk guys like in one spot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But we need to get one of those big Hulk statues, you know, like they have at some of the Disney stores, and that should be like that's got to be like right above their booth. We need to find out how to get like something that in there. That would be a photo op, right? I'd like that.
I just
Speaks
wanna
to
know where
Steve.
they are at all times. I feel safer that way.
See with the guy with the cowboy hat. There's not too many people out there that you know, or not. It's not. Well, it's not necessarily a cowboy hat, but you know what to look for.
Mhm.
All right. What is next here? We have a Carmen Infantino and Joe Giella Mystery in Space page. That's you know, I didn't look at this one. I just kind of queued it up. That's pretty cool, man. I like the villains in this, even though you know they're kind of wispy
Yeah,
and
these like
smoky.
elemental, yeah, like these
Yeah.
shapes. So this is full disclosure, this is not a great page. It's far away. Like most of the framing is done like kind of all at the same space, same size, like those kind of like if you want to critique Silver Age art though, I feel like you're missing the boat. Like it wasn't like a high art form like by any stretch of the imagination. There were guys doing beautiful work. I am an Infantino fan. I know you're like not a big Infantino fan, but I picked this because Mystery in Space was like such a cool book to me. I had all those like hardcover DC collections of Mystery in Space, Adam Strange, blah blah blah, all the Justice Leagues, like whatever. It's so cool to me to see a page from this era in this condition, and it's just the fact that like I mean, it's one of those that probably belongs in a museum. It's great that it's in somebody's collection, but like this is like flat out a piece of history as far as I'm concerned.
Well, if I like any Infantino, it would be his oldest stuff. Yeah, definitely. And this, I was kind of remarking it. You know, I'm really surprised at how clean this piece is as well. And then looking
Mhm.
at, you know, it's kind of weird how the lines aren't even.
Not
It's
straight, yeah.
kind of neat in a weird way that you know, seeing that. I mean, it has to be intentional, but it doesn't really fit with anything else. But it's neat. I mean, you know, in its lack of being crisp. I like that. I mean, I can't. It doesn't seem to fit with the story or anything like that. But for whatever reason, I kind of like these lines not lining up.
Yeah,
Huh.
this is just such a cool period and well for DC especially, but like I love this stuff.
Marcus says Buck Rogers stuff. That is for sure. And Derek was giving you a hard time about Hulk beating things ass trauma, which is why you want to know where
I'm
they're at
so
on the.
used to that. I'm so used to that. It's like the Hulk beating things ass. That's how used to it I am.
Yeah, what did I saw some? I don't know where it had to have been on CAF. but no, I feel like it was probably on Facebook or something where it was some punk drew a thing versus Hulk, pinup, and it had like the Hulk had broken off Thing's hand and was beating him with it.
Shameful.
I know it was
Shameful.
shameful. Oh, shoot. Well, here, Mark Zug, one of my favorite illustrators. He goes to IX every year. You can his colors are just there's something about him. You can look at other uh, painters in in that kind of genre, and the colors can be a little bit muddy.
Hmm.
Zug's work always pops. It's clean and smooth, and I mean,
Yeah.
you look at this and it's like everything I like about Zug's artwork in this one painting. It's just perfect. His figures are impeccable, and the painting itself is stunning. In a way that I can't look at a Frazetta or something else, and it's his own style, and
Hmm.
I love his work. Really nice
Yeah, I
illustration.
mean, there is an element of like you said, like paperback book illustration, like wherever you want to
Mhm.
say, to what's happening on the piece. I think what really stood out to me though was like so this is clearly like an updating or reimagining, like whatever you want to say. Speed and Trixie are older, it's more, like rough and tumble, whatever. The Mach 5 though is still the Mach 5. And
Yeah.
like I love how clean and white and red and yellow, like it's all very like bright primary. Everything else has like a much harder, like realistic tone and feel to it. It's exaggerated in the same way that like any illustration this type is exaggerated, but tonally, not like literally tone, but like the tone of the piece. The Mach 5 is like an anachronism in this, right? Like it just like stands out by being unchanged when everything else conceptually has been updated. And I really thought that was clever and cool.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of like Mad Max meets Speed Racer. I don't know, but I love it. I think it's amazing, and it's in whose collection is this in? Aegon Targaryen. All right, 9-year veteran of CAF. Gosh, it's funny seeing last log in 2026, and I haven't settled into that yet. I think I've
It's only been
written
a couple weeks.
2025 on a few things lately,
Yeah,
but they're easy to fix. That's the best part about going from a 5 to a 6.
true.
So Aegon Targaryen. All right, cool. He's in the United States. Get a like on that. Next up, what do we got here? Did you pick this just for Marcus and the thigh gap? I mean, what was the thought here on this puck from Nick Bread?
No, I love Puck. I
All right.
really do. I don't know why. I've always liked Puck. Like it was basically, I read Alpha Flight for him and Sasquatch. Like that was
Mm,
basically that was the long and the short of it. Guardian looked really cool, but like, or Vindicator, whatever. But like Puck and Sasquatch, and eventually Box. I was like Box, but I thought it was cool because Nick Bradshaw is powerfully Canadian, and he's drawing maybe the most Canadian character there is, with maybe the exception of Wolverine. But Wolverine is not the living embodiment of a hockey puck, so I feel like Puck wins out on most Canadian character.
I agree, and actually I read Alpha Flight for the same reasons. I mean, Puck and Sasquatch were the best. Everybody else was just blah.
Yeah,
I never really connected with Guardian in any way, and everybody else was kind of aloof or esoteric too much, and but Puck and Sasquatch, you could get you could go out and
yeah.
have a beer with them
You have a
after.
beer with those guys,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yep. See, the strongest Canadian ever, says Murdoch. All right, it's funny. This is the second time this week where Puck popped up. I don't know where I was at. I must have been on CAF. I saw a piece that had it's like Puck fighting and two other people, two other villains, along with Puck, like fighting Captain America or something like that. And it was a John Byrne piece painted by somebody else. So if anybody knows what that was or where it was, remind me, because I remember looking at it and I'm thinking, what the hell's Puck doing in there? He's like in the middle of this fracas between them, but he looked like he was like the bad guy. It didn't quite fit.
Well, he is possessed by an ancient demon, right? I mean, who knows what can
Oh,
happen
that's
with
true.
Puck. But anyway, like great anatomy, like explosive, literally explosive composition. And like I said, I love Puck. That's all there is to it.
There you go. Murdoch kind of leaned into the shaman snowbird kind of side of things, and
I guess.
yeah, they're all right. But Marcus says he proudly wears a big P.
Yeah.
Yeah, only character that can say that. All right. So what did Marcus comment on before everybody else? J.H. Williams, DPS. Oh, Alan Moore, Promethea page. Well, there you
Yeah.
go. That's special.
He had done like I think a little bit of Starman before this that I took notice of, but Promethea was really where I feel like J.H. Williams kind of took off and really started, becoming the artist that like he has, I don't want to say stayed because he's certainly evolved, but like he started doing this kind of stuff when he started doing Promethea. And I feel like this is what we all know him best for. I think this is what he, not coincidentally does best are these big sprawling DPSs with like tons of stuff happening, beautiful shapes, great design, incredible composition. Like he's certainly no slouch in the anatomy department. I think he draws an amazing figure.
Mhm.
But that's really what this is about is like just like this big massive chunk of art, like looking at it in this format, I think is the way to view his art. And unpublished, granted, like but that's what we all really love. And when we love looking at these originals, and I think that's the way his stuff shows the best, and that's what this is.
Yep. Everyone agrees too. No, it's beautiful. No, it was inked by somebody. Who else was it? What
Mick
was it?
Gray.
Oh, Mick Ray. Okay, cool.
It's on carpet. Was this at Lance's house?
That was my first thought too, but no, Steve. Okay, long time veteran of CAF, 21 years on the site.
Wow.
That's yeah, that is consistency. So very nicely done. We get a like on there. Yeah, we need to come up with like curation type things where you could like curate a room full of J.H. Williams DPS pieces. That might be fun.
That would be cool.
Let's see, what do we have next here? We have something of, oh, I know what this is. Paul Roach's CAF Gallery. Let me get my like on here. Your favorite 2000 AD artist, right?
Nah, maybe he's up there for sure.
Close. Okay.
I mean, top 3 for sure. But this is tick mark heaven. Like if you like tick marks in your art, like this has got you covered. Yeah, he's doing all of that. I know you hate the rounded panels, but like that's kind of a hallmark of this type of stuff. And it's got
Mm-hmm.
rounded panels, like they're all rounded. It's got the 2080. It's not quite the 2080 lettering. It's got a little more, like fun hand lettering happening, but
Yeah.
it's got Johnny Alpha. It's got Wolf. Like somebody commented about the like kind of oddly unnatural angle of Johnny's pistol coming out of that panel. But the fact that like he's shooting into the next panel, like where do you see that kind of crap except 2000 AD?
Yeah, I mean, I can see why somebody would say that. It does kind of it doesn't fit quite right, but it don't
No.
matter. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, I love this piece too when I saw it, and I feel like there's been a few of these that have popped up on Heritage of late. I think there might even be one uh, piece by Carlos in the current weekly auction, but I didn't pick it because you had this one here. But no, these are always great to see, and they again don't come up too often. I love I love all the tick marks on this. I mean,
Mhm.
I didn't zoom into it before, but there's just so much work that went into that one little this one small panel here, just in the
Yeah.
facial expressions too. I mean, this is a fun piece. It looks more like like it's marker, but it doesn't look like it's really faded either. So
Mhm.
I mean, I'd be happy to own this piece. So Paul Roach, he's got a few 2000 AD pieces in his calf gallery. It's one of the galleries that I do follow. Nicely done.
Yeah, it's a beauty.
Now, oh, Paul P, he could be in every week, but here we go. Now,
Well, and to absolutely no one's surprise, I picked this.
man, is he about right? Look, did he punch Cyclops?
Hell yeah.
Why the hell would he go? I mean, he's got
It's
the
a laugh,
Hulk is
Bill.
down there, but
It's
he
a
goes
laugh.
and
It's not
he
gonna kill
slugs
him.
Cyclops, as the first punch. I mean, come on. What
No,
is
well, he's hitting, to be fair, he's hitting Iron Man and Cyclops with the
Okay,
same left
it was a
hand.
twofer.
You know.
Oh man. When
So we
I
we
saw this one and I thought of you, of course, immediately.
Yeah, I wanted this cover so bad. And if I ever get to talk to Paul P, well, here's the thing, is when I found out Ed was doing this book, the first person I contacted was Paul P. And I said,
Mhm.
"Hey, I know Ed posts stuff to CAF. Like, can you give me any more information? Does he have a mailing list? Does he have, like, how do I find out when this thing drops so that I can get a piece from it?" Thinking I'm gonna buy this cover. No, Paul P is gonna buy this cover. And I'm gonna like sift through the scraps. Not that they're scraps, they're all either like whole splashes or DPSs. The whole
Right.
issue's that way. Anyway, um, I love this. I wanted it so bad myself. Kudos to Paul P for getting it. I have a piece by Nick Bradshaw, which is like very, very similar. It's like the Thing fighting like everybody you've ever heard of. But we say a lot on this show, like one of the things we love about comics and comic art is that you're able to do things that you can't do elsewhere. You couldn't do this in a movie. Like
Oh,
you
hell no.
can't wedge all these characters together in a big like shifty column of like, heroes that he's belting.
I didn't even
And
see Nightcrawler the first time I looked at this, and, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
this is
there's two
great.
Hulks.
Well, I was looking, yeah, you're right, the red I didn't
Yeah.
it you this is phenomenal, but I expect this stuff out of, McGinnis. He's so damn good, but yeah, Paul P, an embarrassment of riches, and, great covers and splashes and whatever else he decides to collect.
And public appeal, Paul, if you ever get sick of this, I'm your boy.
You gotta buy is that Juggernaut down there too?
Probably. He doesn't Thing
I
doesn't
think
care.
that I think it is. Jason, how did you miss this one? And that's
He's
probably the
he's
Blob. I mean,
he's fighting him on the Bradshaw one I have too, and the Blob, and yeah,
Black Panther, my goodness. Is that like Doctor Doom's eyeball right there? I think it is.
probably.
Look at that. Well, we could probably stare at this for a couple more minutes and find a few more characters in here.
Your guy is like getting ready to take some heat down there too.
Yeah, yeah, this is
He's getting
crazy.
Cyclops and Thor all in one go, baby.
Oh man. All right. Well, congrats to Paul P. Did it again. So we go to my stuff. I'll be quick on mine. It's getting late. So what do we got here? Tales of Suspense page. Jack Kirby, Frank Giacoya. I did, I love Frank. I love anything that Kirby does. I just thought this was fun. I really loved the first panel more than anything. I mean, I thought it was cool to have the interaction with the Red Skull in the last panel, but just the Cap fighting the other character. This is just like classic Kirby anatomy. Everything's flying all over the place. It's everything you'd want in the way Kirby would handle musculature in a battle
Yeah.
between Cap and another rough, tough guy.
And the
But
flow of the image too. It's like
oh yeah,
really, yeah, directional.
and that is so nice. And it's what issue from Tales of Suspense 81. So it's just the right era. I
Oh
think
yeah.
this is great. I'd love to have a Kirby page from this era. And I mean, I have my own Kirby page, but I'd trade up for this one. You know,
Well,
I don't.
you get Crackle, you get the explosive punch, you get like,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
this
love it.
isn't missing a damn thing.
Mm-mm. Nope, not at all. So Ron Sonnenthal picked up another beauty. Then here you go, Nick Runge,
Yeah.
artist on this Mystique. It was a toss up between this one and the other one. I just kind of went with this one because I always kind of forget what a badass Mystique is, and seeing her with a gun. There's just something cool about that. When I think of Marvel and firearms, you always think of like Punisher first and stuff. And so seeing her with that, I was like, this is, not only is it a beautiful image, but it kind of took me to a different way of appreciating Mystique. And so I was like, I'm going with that. And there's something like, just the way the tree limbs are done here. This could be like if you take Mystique out, you could put two lovers in here, and it's a romance cover. I mean, it's just cool.
Well, you know
Really
what it
well
made me
thought out.
think of?
What's that?
Do you remember that old TV show Dark Shadows?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
It
you're
made
right.
me think of that, the tree
Mhm.
especially.
Yeah. Nope, I see it too. Bill saw eggs. I didn't see eggs, Marcus. I get what you're saying. Oh boy.
Nice.
But let me get my like on this one. All right, let's see. So Aranga scores again, as he always does.
Yeah,
But
and
he's
Nick
working.
Rush,
He's a
Nick
working
Rush
man right now, though. He's
genius.
got his successful Kickstarter going on right now.
Yeah,
He's working his butt off on over 20 sketch cards for OAX. I mean, he deserves to pick up a nice piece like this and get
he's living the
featured.
dream.
He is, man. I want to be a Ranga, except I'd be about I'd be
Flip that.
short. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Sorry, Ranga. But yeah, good pickup as always. I love Ranga's work, so this is cool. Then what do we got next? Oh, okay. Glenn Crane. I follow his calf, so I get to see everything he posts. I don't feature everything that he has. So I just thought this was fun. The robotic woman. I don't know what year was this. Looks like it's 50s, 58. Kelly, Freeze. Just cool. Be like, it's anything that you would expect out of a sci-fi paperback cover from the late 1950s is something like this, and I think it's awesome. The colors are great.
Yeah.
The orange and yellows against the green background. I think it's an amazing painting, and again, a guy like Crane still going, still picking up amazing pieces of art.
Yeah.
Not bored at all with art collecting. I just love seeing it. So
Yeah,
cool.
that like smoky, like sea blue color in the background, that
Hmm.
is such a hallmark of this period of illustration, isn't it?
Yep.
Somebody must have done a study at some point or whatever. They were like, boys, this is the background color. I love it because you see it and you know right what you're looking at.
Oh yeah, yeah. Rich Danny. She takes 4D cell batteries. Yes, indeed. But yeah, I love this. This is really really nice. So congrats to Glenn for this. This is awesome. I just don't know where these things come up because you don't. I don't feel like I've seen. It's not a heritage win. At least I don't
No, I
believe.
feel
But I
like you
think
kind of have to be in that realm, right?
yeah, there's that group of collectors that the things cycle through, and
Yeah.
yeah,
I was talking
the wind.
to
What is it? The Windy City Pulp and Paper Show. I mean,
uh,
I got to make it to that sometime because I think that that's where you get to see some of this stuff, and you certainly would get to interact with the art collectors who are focused on this era and genre.
yeah.
One
I was
day.
talking to Rob Rush at Heroes last year about
Mhm.
he thought about getting into Warhammer art. And I was like, I would love Warhammer art, but like, where is it? And he was like, yeah, there's like a handful of guys. And like, if something comes up, they all just know each other and they know the artists and they just buy it all up before it ever hits the market. So yeah, I mean, we all have our little, cliques and communities.
Yeah, true. I just like this one. This is John Buscema, Vince Coletta, Thor 198, and Ragnarok is coming, man. Everybody's flying around.
Nog.
Isn't this good? Isn't
Yeah,
this a great page? And this is what again. There's so many great Thor pages out there where Thor isn't facing you. He's the page I have, the Cody page.
right.
Thor is not looking at you. He is all, I don't know why they just, I mean, he strikes a good pose from the back, right? I mean, the cape, the boots,
The
uh,
hair.
you get the hammer, whatever. I mean, it's just so funny how often Thor isn't looking at you in battle or otherwise. So this is great. Coletta's inks on this. I mean, look at this. Coletta did, he put effort into this page, the detail and the figures.
He
Uh,
smoked those blacks in that last panel, but to be fair, there's word balloons over them, so who cares?
Yep, I like it. I'd be happy to own this one. I
Yeah.
still need a good I don't have a Buscema Thor example, so
Mhm.
one day I will have one. I'd be happy to have this one.
I need to be some FF too, so you and I are in the same boat.
And this is Paul Roach. I didn't realize I picked two from Paul this week. I'm sorry, everybody. Sometimes, I mean, you just got to do
Art
what you got to
first.
do.
Art first.
Art first. And I did I leave a comment on this one? I meant to. Shoot. I did. I know. There you go. I did. I was like, I
Attaboy.
thought I commented on this thing on the app. uh, Jeremy Bastion, love his work,
Mhm.
and Tyler T, love his collection. And I never really, thought, you could get a Jeremy Bastion, piece that wasn't. eclectic and cool,
Pirates
pirate girl,
or
whatever. Uh,
squids.
but this works, right? I
Yeah.
mean, the character works, and then the I mean, you don't even he hasn't done like it's not like it's a dramatic pose or anything, but you don't need it because Bastion's artwork is what is the draw here. But it just works so dang well with Mysterio. I love this piece. Absolutely love it. He could be, it feels like something you'd see on a sideshow poster from the 1920s or something. I mean,
Yeah.
so cool. I mean,
Yeah.
when I saw this, I was compelled to comment, and we know that doesn't happen too often. So I thought Tyler chose wisely, and man, I mean, there's just so much energy in the darkness around around the figure. I mean,
Well,
I
there's so much
love it.
variation in it.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
the gradients that he's getting with, dots and dashes and I mean, wow.
yeah,
I've never seen him work. This really makes me want to see him draw.
yeah. No, me too. I actually haven't. I mean, there's got to be some videos out there. I have not seen them, but
You'd think.
yeah, this is great. So congrats, Tyler. Perfect subject matter for him to work on outside of what we would expect to see him draw.
And look at the textures on the metals, like his gauntlets and like the eyes that are on his like the clasps on his cape. I mean, man alive, this is great.
Yep, I agree. Oh, this is over in Jason's calf gallery. I don't pick
This
Philip
is
Tance.
cool.
Is this? I love the
Yes.
composition on this.
Yep.
I love Wolverine,
It's a movie
Cap.
poster.
Yeah, yeah, without question. But and it works. And a lot of times I avoid, I don't pick movie poster kind of style stuff
Mhm.
because that's like the kind of covers we always talk about with not liking. It doesn't convey the story. It's just done for fun. But I love Wolverine being that scale. But
Mhm.
then really just his shoulders and the rest of his body just kind of help frame the rest of the piece without really putting any detail in it into Wolverine. You get Cap in there, kind of the same thing going on there with the cityscape blurring the rest of his body. I just really like this a lot. When I first saw it, I felt I had like Silvestri vibes. I didn't realize it was Philip Tan. When I was first looking at the thumbnail, but I like this one a whole lot, and I don't. I don't really usually gravitate to covers like this, but I just thought it was just so well done. I love how he's wedged the city in between the
Yeah.
figures, and it's all it's like a sunset kind of image. I mean, it's cool.
Mhm.
I like it.
One of the things I like about Philip Tan as an artist is he sticks to his style. I mean, clearly, like you know what you're looking at when you're looking at Philip Tan art, but he does have this ability to do. I mean, kind of like we see Steve McNiven do it in a more like grandiose or more extreme way, but Tan has this ability to just tweak his art a teeny little bit. And you mentioned that, like, oh, it kind of feels like Silvestri. It
Mhm.
does. And I feel like that's a conscious effort on his part. And then when you see his stuff on Ronin, it's like, oh,
Mhm.
it's Philip Tan, but it's like a little bit like Frank Miller. And so he's able to like onboard that influence, but it's almost like a stylistic choice versus whereas, like I said about McNiven earlier, he's like, well, this is an homage. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like I'm doing Barry Windsor Smith, I'm doing Neil Adams, I'm doing, like whatever, right? He's going out of his
Yeah.
way to be like, I'm drawing like this guy.
Yeah. This is so nice. Well, congrats, Jason. You did well. You got yourself your nice cap image on top of
Oh
it.
yeah,
Yep.
Steve, good point. Mussolino pointed out, like, when you scroll down, look
Sure.
at Tan's signature.
Oh, that might have even been,
He
I
did it
didn't.
like Silvestri with the box around it.
That's funny. I mean, but
Yeah.
that might have been the thing that made me think of it too. I mean, not only is the composition and the style very
Well,
Silvestri,
thematic too. I mean, this is his era on Wolverine.
huh? That I did not notice that at all, but that could have easily been a big
Yeah,
influence on why
good
I thought
catch.
that. But to me, it's like in some ways, these are like Silvestri lines, right? I mean,
Yeah.
there's stylistically, that's the kind of stuff you see
Well, and that
in his
pose,
work.
I don't know the name of the female character, apologies, but like that pose that's a Silvestri pose all the way.
Yeah. Well, good job there, Jason D. 4 more here to go. I had to feature this one again. Ian Cinco did such a great job on this mystery
I
sketch.
was
It
gonna
just
pick it too.
kicks so much ass. I love this thing.
Yeah.
Ian's amazing. As long as he wants to do mystery sketches, he'll always be invited back because I love his stuff, man. I mean, look at all the work you put in this thing. That's just crazy.
Well, the architecture is really free. It's not like it doesn't look sculpted or formed or you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I hate when people use the word organic, but it is organic. Like those shapes are like natural shapes. They're not sculpted shapes.
Oh yeah, without question. I'm of course forgetting the name of his art book, but he draws in the inside cover to that, and usually it's just weird organic machinery and figure work, and yeah, he's good at it. He's
Mhm.
free, and uh, yeah, this is just amazing. I mean, sometimes you might think, oh, I got a mystery or I got a sketch, and the character is only 4 inches tall or something like that on it. This is I'd be so happy to have this,
Yeah.
image 'cause it's just so powerful. Um,
And those like desaturated, like just the monotone gray backdrop with the clouds. Everything else is really like wrought, like fraud over, like multi-tonal. And to do that, like just blah, that mid-tone French gray in the background, like that adds so much while really like kind of being nothing. It brings the whole piece, it brings the whole like importance of the figure like right to the forefront.
Agreed. Look at my like on here too, and this was in Rick W. Oh man, Rick W did good. All
Yeah.
right, congrats. 3 more pieces here. So next up, Charles Burns, Jeff
Mm,
Sting's Calf Gallery. I had to pick it. There's not enough Charles Burns art in the world,
so good.
alone on Calf. Uh, I could stare at this thing for days. I mean, the illustration, the style, it's just, there's nothing like it. It riffs on different eras of illustration, but it's pure Charles Burns. I mean, when I look at it,
Yeah.
I mean, look at now. I mean, I literally could if I had it in my possession. I mean, this would be something I'd want to look at it pretty much every day because I think I'd
Yeah.
find something new and be excited to own it. Um,
And it's so hard edged and so clean that like I'm hard pressed to think of a more difficult way to draw than this. It is so unforgiving. I mean, like there's just no room for error here. It's too clean, it's too precise.
Yeah, no, every panel, from his jacket, to the guy who's smoking here, the wrinkles in his freaking neck and his messy
Yeah.
hair. I mean, how does he pull that off? You're right. I mean, but he does. I mean, but so congrats to Jeff. I mean, Jeff just keeps picking up great piece after great piece after great piece. We know it and we expect it, and I think this is amazing. If I could like
You
this twice, I would be doing it.
you could add a
Oh.
love. Could you hit a love button?
Yeah, I don't just like this
It's
one, I
like a
love this
double
one.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, as you do a double tap on it, but next up, all right, what do we got here? Wayshak, I mean, he posted this to his socials and stuff, it might even be for sale for all I don't know, but I had to highlight it, John's just so amazing, and I just thought it's just such a cool piece,
That clay
having
face
this.
is horrifying.
Oh my god. Yeah, you would never wanna meet him, but
Nope.
yeah, everything in this piece is, like, horrifying, but, so in such a good way, in a John Waychak way that,
Mhm.
man, I love it. I love this thing, and I'm assuming did he have it for sale? He doesn't even say. Somebody's commission. Oh, cool.
Oh,
30
wow.
by 40 inches.
Whoa!
Oh, can't even imagine. That has to go on your wall. I mean, there's no way
Yes.
you wouldn't wanna look at that thing every
Well,
day.
where
That's
where else are you
something
gonna put it?
right. Well, when you buy something that big, you have to look at it every day. Oh, man. Well, anyways, Wayshak is amazing. And thank you for sharing that one on CAF. So my last piece here was in Mr. Mark V's CAF gallery, and it's an artist I'm not familiar with, Lee Lai.
Mm-mm.
Uh, let's see, it's a DPS from Canon. Let me open it in a new window here. Here we go. I just, I
Wow.
didn't think much of it when I first saw it, and then I had to zoom in it like this, and the composition is just crazy. It's like it's got a mix of Escher, it's got a mix of some underground art. It just got so many neat things going on, and it challenges me to like look at these birds and understand the shape and the direction they're flying and stuff. And oh my, just everything, the chairs flying around behind it. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but the shadows on the walls, I mean, everything is tied together so well. There's so much movement in this piece.
And it's also
Uh,
like it's all one line weight.
that I did, yeah, that contributes to making this thing even more interesting. But yeah, damn it.
Well, it makes it almost like you can't see it by looking at it once. Like you have to look at it in segments.
Hmm.
Like in the because the line weight will let you like lose the whole image.
Right. Yeah. God. I mean, the more I'm looking, I love it. I absolutely love this piece. And you're right.
Mm.
It's the angles. It's the two characters. They're not really, they're not interacting with one another, facing in different directions. I mean, it's just a wonderful piece.
Mm.
Uh, I love it, and it's part of a storyline, right? I don't know what Canon, what was it called? Canon pages
Yeah, I don't either.
229 from last year. Don't know anything about it, but when I see this in there, it makes me curious to see what the rest of the artwork in the book look like, right? Because this is so beautiful. And I don't look at a piece, especially more modern artwork, and say, boy, I want to see what the rest of that book looks like because of it. This one,
Mhm.
it's for the
Yeah, this
birds.
could be like an album cover or I mean, it could be a lot of things because it's not really telling a story per se.
Mm,
I mean, there's clearly something happening with birds, right? But it's
yeah.
like it's almost too abstract to be telling a story.
I gotta click on this. It says the cover to Canon. I have
Huh.
no idea what's
More
going on.
birds.
More birds. But I'm intrigued. I am definitely intrigued. I'm gonna leave this page open, see if it's something I can order online. I don't know. It's that cool. I'm curious, very curious about it, and I did not
Well,
read anything
great
that.
description.
All right. Well, it's New York Times Review, Best Graphic Novels, nominated for Best Graphic Novels
All
2025.
right.
National Best. All right. Well, whatever it is,
I'm
Mark
sold.
V doesn't. He knows his art. So,
Mhm.
well, thank you for sharing this one, Mark. I absolutely love it, and
It's a banger.
I'm gonna be reaching out to figure out more about Lee Lay. All right. Well, there we go. We made it just
We
after
did it.
midnight. All right,
Well,
Mr. Snork. So you won't be joining us next week,
I
but
will have a
we will see
special
you the week
super
after
secret
that.
guest.
Secret, yes, indeed. But yeah, good picks as always. And
Thank
so
you.
you ready? You feeling ready for OAX? I mean, you're
I said
excited.
I'm drinking extra. I'm building up.
I saw that in the chat earlier. Yeah,
I'm
you're building
I'm
up a tolerance, as if
I'm
you needed to
growing.
build. Oh man, I'll tell you, I have not done any weight training. Not that I ever did a lot, but I used to be fairly consistent. Like at least 4 or 5 times a week, I would do a little bit. I haven't done anything in almost a year. So today was like the first time I was like, I know, I'm 57, man. I'm starting to think, I'm starting to feel it. Like, oh, if I don't start doing something again. So today was the first time I did a little bit. So I'm gonna work because I don't want to embarrass myself next to you at OAX where I start looking like I'm 57. I need to find a way to get a little bit healthier. So that's my goal in the next 5 weeks is to put on a little bit of muscle weight, so I don't look like the pencil neck scrawny geek that was made popular by getting his sand kicked in his face. So
Jeez.
that's my goal.
I'll be your Charles Atlas, Bill.
That's right. There you go. Jeff Wedding says, doing chicken curls. Yeah,
Chicken curls.
that's
Yep. Yep.
that's you got to start out, somewhere, Jeff. You know how it goes.
What do
Yeah,
they weigh?
I
Like
did. I
four or
did
five
lift four
pounds?
eggs today. All right, man. Well, have a good week off, and Oh, you know what? Hey, can you hang out for just 1 minute? I wanted to ask you a
Sure.
question before we're done here. But listen, everybody, thank you as always for hanging out with us. Always fun, and we will be back next Tuesday. Never know, there might be something cool happening before that. And I know that, like I mentioned, I know Kazra's got a show coming up, so probably being interviewed on a channel. As soon as we get a link for that, we'll share that too. But otherwise, we'll see you next Tuesday, where I'll be talking with Scott, Mr. Hoarder's in the chat, who I
Oh.
believe lives in Columbus, so a fellow Ohioan. So you'll see that next week. But have a good weekend, and we'll see you again real soon.